last time on As Above, So Below, we had a wedding.
Yeah. We're super gay.
We had a super fucking gay wedding.
And I cried.
Good.
Weak.
There'll be more of that.
You cried too!
So, first and foremost, I do want to say that this will be our last Wednesday session before next week we move to Sundays, I believe, right? 4 o'clock?
Yes.
Yay.
So,
Sundays at 4.
In the future, Sundays at 4, we'll be probably going hard and long. Like a good... like a good digging. Nice, hard, and long.
My God.
Hold on, I got a meme for that. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna get me so demonetized before I even reach 500.
It's fine. Don't say
Coming tomorrow for Beck, by the way. Yeah.
And I me and JoJo were talking about this earlier. It was just like, JoJo, last session we said was JoJo's last session, but psych, he's coming back with us on Sunday.
He'll be joining us on these Sunday sessions, which means I will have to rebalance every encounter I've planned between now and like 4 months.
Because we're bringing back Luke, I believe, is what he said.
God fucking damn it, Demon.
He's bringing Luke, but Luke is also like the best kind of mid-max where it's just kind of like,
everything
I sneeze
crits all the time.
I sneeze 2d10s, like, you know.
Okay, but like the art that Lustria did for
Yes, Lustria, throw that out there.
It's pretty tasty.
Oh, hold on, I don't have it on my OBS, but I'll put it in post.
All right.
And
so,
I'm working on like a full color of it because right now I just have the flat color.
But long story short, we will be moving to Sundays 4 o'clock, and we'll be probably having some decently sized sessions because my schedule will be changing, which actually matches everybody else's schedule a whole lot better.
Yeah.
I will be saying this. It is still going to be weekly unless something happens. I apologize for last week. We just had some stuff come up last minute. But let's go ahead and start with the session. So, the wedding has wrapped up. You're all hanging at the beach as the entities that have come to see this wedding, a lot of the spirits begin to fade away. You proceed to be brought to the coast, and you can see out into the ocean. Yanti, Ellie, T, and a few other individuals that you can't quite recognize, they're almost like blurs, are all standing on the coast as the world goes silent. P, or chaos, is not in any other form than one that is these large, almost obsidian orbs floating around his necks. And I do say multiple necks, as each of you see him as a slightly different version of this entity. All of them have fire red hair, but they range from an infant to an old woman to an old man to someone who is fully androgynous. Their features change. Their skin is amber, their eyes are red, and it almost hurts to look at them, but you can't quite look away. The orbs have writings across them that, when you look at them, you recognize them. They're like names, but the minute you look away, you forget what they are. Ellie stands before you in her full humanoid form, but she has hands that are like puppets. She's in a top hat with a magician's garb, like you would see on shows like Broadway and vaudeville and things like that. And then you see Schaefer beside her. He seemed to have left, and now he's back, and he is dressed in his three-piece suit. He's got white gloves, top hat with a white brim. He's got these really nice, fancy duds, and he's got a cane with deer skull on it, making up the shape of his handles. Yanti, for the first time, you don't see a skeleton. You see a corpse with a fire red crown above his head that smolders, slightly tilted to the side. He appears to be rotting and healing and rotting and healing in front of you. And one of the other entities steps up. And they hold out their hand for Fran to shake.
And none of us recognize this entity?
They are a blur of sorts.
And Fran will hold out his hand out of kind of respect. He's not surrounded by people he doesn't trust, so.
Yeah. As you go to reach for the hand, suddenly it's not a hand, it is a glass of violet wine in your hand. But it feels as if it's shaking yours back. And you hear kind of a hearty, youthful laugh. I hope that you enjoy the wine I leave on your ship when you return. And I do apologize for my cousin.
Oh,
I know who this is.
fuck.
Your cousin.
Yes, a messenger
I'm sorry,
of the gods.
Oh.
My name is Dionysus.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure.
Pleasure is all mine.
Does Serafina hear this as well, or is it just Fran right now?
Everyone can hear this, and you see what looks like a wine glass being held by Fran, and it's talking back to him.
What? Can I ask why you're here?
It's a party. It's merriment. The union of two. What better place for a god of revelry and wine to spend his day?
With all due respect.
Oh, don't worry about my brother. We're not as unified as you think. And when it comes to my father, he's indifferent. But he'll probably take the god side just because that's the type of temperament he has.
Which side are you?
Well, I have been vibing with Yanti pre-gaming this for like a day. So I would like to think that I'm kind of on the side having fun. You guys? Because like the gods can be hella boring. Like, we need to smite the mortals. They need to pray to us.
Hey DM, can I make a roll to see if I know anything about Dionysus?
Make a religion check.
I got a +5 in that. That is a 10.
So you got 15. That's enough. You know that Dionysus is a god from lands across the sea. He is a god of the Greek pantheon, or in this world, it's known as the Pantheon of the Mountain.
Okay.
They are deities that are known for intervening in human lives, for ruining a lot of human lives. A lot of their stories are them just kind of doing what they want. You recall a particular story from Dionysus's lore and history, in which he was wanting to have a party with some sailors, and they tried to take advantage of him, so he turned them all into dolphins and rowed the ship into essentially a sharp stones and rocks. I forget what that's called. Into a gulf.
Yeah.
And ran the ship into the sea, essentially. But you also know stories of him where he shows up to parties bringing the best wine, where he proceeds to celebrate with people on their greatest of days. And it's actually considered a major blessing for you to receive wine that would be from Dionysus's vineyards. And he's saying that he's left you a few barrels. So he has essentially blessed your marriage. And that even though the Greek gods can be fickle, as long as you're respectful, none of them will act in a way that will be harmful to you. It's kind of the idea of mutual respect.
Well, it is greatly appreciated with you giving us the wine.
It is no problem. And forgive me, I didn't want to use my actual form here. This isn't my playground. This is Morpheus's playground. He's the god of dreams who helped set this all up. I have been just having a blast, but taking a physical form in people's dreams can cause gray hairs. So I do my best not to. And he shakes your hand, and then he shakes Seraphina's hand, and he kind of works his way down the way.
Wait, is he actually showing us his form, or is he still the wine glass?
He's still the wine glass. He's kind of a wine glass tipping sideways, like spilling a little bit as he's like offering himself to be shaken.
Well, this is as wonderful as it is that you've come here. You have to forgive how, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
We're a little apprehensive.
Correct.
Another voice speaks up, deep voice. And two step forward. One turns into a spear. The other into a sword. The sword with the deep voice, that is perfectly understandable. And the handle moves towards you to shake.
Who? Me or Fran?
Fran, who just spoke up.
Fran holds out his hand to shake.
I do look forward to seeing how you treat this war to come. I'm Ares. And this beside me is Athena.
We're just having all the gods today. Okay,
Yanti goes, not all of them, believe me. I made sure the guest list was pre-approved with, despite like their whole thing.
We mean no disrespect. We really don't.
we just had a lot of visitors.
Can we just ask why everyone is here?
Why? Yeah.
I understand y'all are introducing yourselves, and I respect and appreciate all of you. So long as you cause no harm to us, it's just
great to have God's blessings, but we didn't know all of them. Well, not all of them. A lot of them.
Why is there so much attention on us? Is what I'm wondering. Because as much as we appreciate the attention is also dangerous.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. This place is very closed off, and Osmodeus won't know shit.
That's not what I mean. I mean in general. We've been getting a lot of attention.
Why
in
are
general.
we having so much attention all of a sudden?
And they look to T, almost confused, to Chaos. And he goes, who wants to put on the slideshow?
What?
And
what?
Ellie kicks him in his shin. He goes, okay, I'll explain. You guys have titles now. Obviously, you've been called some titles, correct?
DM, what is our titles again?
You're was it Child of the Dragons? Gragnar's Child of the Dragons. Sam is Child of the Sea. Okay. Fran is Child of Chaos. Yeah.
And Luke is the Child of Man.
Correct.
And so Yanti kind of just goes, y'all are the kind of like, how do we put this? Y'all have fulfilled the roles.
Or what?
Food is here.
Oh.
Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Coming back to the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
So T was about to explain to us why everyone...
Slideshow.
Yeah. Why all the gods have their attention on us.
T goes to walk behind you. And as he does, there is a pull-down projector screen and an overhead.
What the hell is that?
And
what?
He pulls
Are you putting
out
on a
folder.
stage?
He pulls out a folder, and it's got these see-through papers with things written on it. He puts one on top, and it's got this like
what sorcery is this?
I don't know.
So, I just want you to know that you're all special.
Well, we know we're dreamers, but no one else would tell us any more than that.
Yeah, that's kind of getting on my nerves too.
So, all right, do you want the lore dump or not? That's the question.
Sure, absolutely, yes. Actually,
what about Rose and Gragnar? What do they think?
Wait, what?
I thought Rose said that she was getting wasted, like white girl wasted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we were over by the barrels, but like we'll hobble over there and we'll sit quietly in the sand and watch the PowerPoint.
So, you take 15 minutes to like drink, get snacks. Like, yeah, another blurry entity starts handing out like Fritos.
God damn it!
Fritos.
and
why
like,
does it smell like corn?
Because that's the good shit.
You guys have such odd food.
And what he does, he takes your bag, he opens it, he puts like some sort of like meat and beans in it, and then he takes like a container with some red liquid, goes,
oh no. Oh no.
Is he making chili cheese fries right now?
They're Frito pies, actually.
I don't know what that is.
I fucking love Frito pies!
So Fran is gonna take one and like look at it, and then look at Gragnar. Gragnar say, "Ah."
Like, think like fucking trash. The fucking think the fucking art that was stripping exact recreation. Fucking
right,
trash.
say, and then just like drops it in your mouth. But is it good?
Yes.
But
I wasn't.
Okay, he
wasn't expecting Demon to be that passionate about Frito pie. That was great.
How much I love
coming down on the table.
Let's bring it back.
we ain't even got like 5 minutes past like the intro of the campaign.
I know, we're already 30 minutes in.
Oh yeah, no, it's 8:30. Like we're an hour in, baby.
Well, we didn't start at 7:30, but
nah. But this entity starts doing that, and you can see.
Oh, I thought it was Chaos doing it.
No, it's another blurred entity. And they go to offer some to the sword Ares, and he just goes, "It gave me indigestion last time, and it'll do it again."
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion.
And he goes, "No, Loki, I'm not doing it again."
Oh,
heartburn, indigestion.
And you just see this blurred entity goes, "Fine," and he proceeds to like eat it himself.
That's a very Loki thing to do, honestly.
But as this is all happening, you see that Chaos is like skimming through the files. He's got like a bunch of files down there, and he's like, "Wrong campaign, wrong session, nice
sessions, campaign." What?
And he pulls.
You know what?
out,
I stopped questioning.
I was gonna
Fran, give me some of that.
She's gonna not ask questions at this point.
She's gonna take some of the Frito pie from Fran.
He puts a piece of paper or a clear filament of sort onto this overhead projector, and he proceeds to pull out a pointing stick, and he goes. He hits the thing. You are touched by the dreamers.
Uh-huh.
And then he pulls the board up.
Touching us?
It's kind of consensual. Don't worry about it.
I would prefer fully. Thank you.
And then he pulls the board down, and instead of like it changing on the thing, it lifts and it changes on the screen instead of changing what's on the overhead. Now it's just him lifting the board.
What?
The dreamers are the core of this world. They build it. They make it happen. And then there's people like me. The concepts. We help to fill in the details. Then you have the gods, who we proceeded to give stuff to, yada, 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 yada. Most of the gods were mortal and or made from scratch on our behalf in order to fill out the rules and regulations.
What rules and regulate? What?
Gravity. Laws of the universe. 1 + 1 will always equal 2, no matter what weird fucking math I came up with when I was 3 years old. It doesn't matter. But let's get to the good part. And he proceeds to pull the board up, and it says sex positions for chaos gods. It's like, oh, my bad. Pulls that up.
No, wait. And he has like a mouthful of Fritos. Can you go back real quick?
Sam's gonna turn to a copy.
I'll send you a copy.
Thanks.
I'm also turning to front.
And Ellie is like red faced. Like Ellie has shown like 2 emotions of disapproval, and then just like this now. It's like
write that down. Write that
down. This is known as the upward V. Like no. As
Fun fact, Fran has photographic memory.
I know what we're doing on our honeymoon night.
But as he goes ahead and pulls up a screen, it shows y'all's faces with the titles next to them. Fran, Child of Chaos. Ragnar and Seraphina, Child of the Dragons. Excuse me. Sam, Child of the Sea. And then Luke, Child of Man. These are all titles that are banned. Like could start a war type ban, and you all earn them on your own.
But why are they war starting?
The Child of Chaos set me free. Thank you. The Child of the Sea in the past united all the oceans.
Wait, Fran, you did what?
The Child of Man was the first to kill a god. And the Children of Dragons was a title given to those who united the entire dragon race, including Tiamat, might I add, to fuck over the gods.
Can I roll about Tiamat?
Yes, roll a religion check.
That's another 10. So 15?
Perfect. Tiamat is the multi-headed goddess of dragons. She is the evil god of the dragons. In this world, dragons aren't really assigned whether they're evil or good by their color, but instead by their own will. And the dragons are essentially tied to a deity based on what they choose when they reach the age of maturity.
She's also the sister of Bahamut.
Yes. She is a sister of Bahamut and arch nemesis of Bahamut. And what you're being told is that at some point, Tiamat and Bahamut were on the same side.
I have questions for Bahamut now.
Ooh.
Your titles, just like all names, hold power. And the minute that you started earning these titles, the gods made decisions. They had already decided that they were going to wipe out most of mortal kind. But knowing that you've gained these titles and that you're running around, certain deities, and he holds his hands up, either want to put themselves on the winning team or crush you before you ever get the chance. For instance, Loki's here. Loki is the only one here from his pantheon. Odin has decided that he is going to absolutely wipe the floor with you all, as he wishes to bury Loki back underground with a serpent's fang, dripping acid and poison into his eyes once again. Zeus likes mortals a lot. There's a lot of friends among mortals that he likes to spend the weekend with. And he's indifferent. But I can tell you right now that Hermes is already whispering in his ear. Ares...
Hermes does not like me.
No, of course not. You killed his sister.
It was her choice, but...
Yep, and you made a choice that led up to it. Everybody takes their own handful. Now, Ares and Artemis, either way they win this one. They just wanted to show their respects to people who actually had the gall to stand up to the gods. And Artemis, being a spear at this time, kind of looks like she's bowing. And she steps up. We are gods of war. No matter what you do, we'll be praised in the end of this. Not many deities can say that. So we don't hold anything against you. After all, we were the ones keeping mortals from gaining a certain amount of independence. It was necessary for us to survive. So we also don't hold it against our siblings and our family who wish to put you back in the Dark Ages. After all, what would you do, and I truly mean no offense, but what would you do if your cattle one day stood up and started yelling at you about slaughtering it? Started claiming independence, and now you had no food to eat.
And find other ways to adapt.
How? All the cattle, every bit of cattle has decided that you are beneath them suddenly. And you have invested everything you have into making sure that that cattle takes care of you for the winter to come.
Wait a second. Okay, so if we're going off of that analogy, so you eat people?
We eat their prayers. We feast upon their worship. We gain power every time our domains are uplifted.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense than the way I was understanding that.
Ragnar, for instance, there are deities of science and alchemy.
Sure.
Whenever you go and experiment and become a giddy little child having so much fun mixing things together.
I am a fully grown kobold, but continue.
80 to 100 years old compared to a millennia. No disrespect, but I'm just saying. You are like a child when you start mixing things together. You have such glee in your face.
There is a lot of noises going on.
You bring
praise.
You bring praise to those gods, unintentionally. If you were to, say, worship a specific god, then that one would gain every bit of that praise. But the very existence of you mixing concoctions and messing around, last I checked, the goddess of magic was very much enjoying your happiness. Fran.
Yes?
Every time you tell a story, Ellie is tuned in. And she feasts upon the joy that you have telling those stories. And it's not us trying to be parasitic, it's a byproduct. Your existence as a byproduct of our own produces nourishment for us.
So then why not just use that instead of prayers?
Certain gods get more powerful depending on the amount of prayers you get. Not all of them. But Greek deities, for one, depend on prayers very much for sustenance. Odin thrives off of it. He, for instance, for all those who pray for wisdom and power, he gets first pick. Because he's the most powerful of the wisdom gods. So what happens is this. You have those at the top who get the most amount of prayers, and then it trickles down, if at all, to all the other deities. And if those deities suddenly start getting less and less worship, because humans are doing less worship in more general studies, if we might call it that, then the gods start to starve. And you go from being able to manifest yourself in your full body, and she changes from a spear to a woman with porcelain skin, rosy cheeks, but a helm on her head, a spear in her hand, and a shield. Greaves and golden shin guards with golden thread wrapped around her body with a white robe. You go from being able to do this to only being this. And she turns herself into a spear's head. Not even a whole spear.
Except by Dionysus could only be a wine glass.
Hey, now, I get plenty of worship. I just like being a wine glass.
Oh, well then that answers my question.
And Fran realizes he's still drinking out of the wine glass and is like,
oh my god.
Don't stop. I like it.
And he shrugs and drinks more.
Don't worry, honey. He's not really my type.
But if the gods are so dependent, then what is the point of them wanting to wipe out the entire existence of humanity? Like you
that was my
stated
next
before?
question. Yeah,
that's a good question.
When you ask that question, you hear a deep, hearty laugh. And a man steps forward. He's big and burly. His arms are absolutely tree trunks. He has 2 axes on his back, and he has a red, like a red winter coat that hangs over him. Big black boots.
I was gonna say, you're describing like my ideal man right now.
He has tattoos of what looks like runes that make up names all across his arms.
Hold me and keep me safe among his arms.
He is 9'10".
Oh shit!
He is 6 feet. He is 6 feet wide. He is big, burly gut, and he lets out a deep, hearty.
It's Santa.
Because if you're on your edge and you're dying, who are you going to look to? You're going to look to the gods for mercy and protection. The more power you have, the more knowledge you have, the more science, the more education, the less worries. Why would you need us gods? For instance, for me, every year around the solstice, people pray for gifts and a good, long, safe winter. And I leave trinkets for children. Nuts and fruits and things like that. But if you've got a home that's fully insulated and you ain't never got to worry about a damn thing during the winter, you have all the food you need, what good is a god who brings you trinkets?
Happiness.
And see, that's cool. I like that. But also, what happiness cannot be bought? Let's be real. If you don't have anything to worry about, if you can have all the money necessary to take care of all your needs, and you can just spend your whole day snuggling with your brand new husband, isn't that the best kind of happiness for you? That's not rhetorical. I mean, and he steps up and he walks up to Chaos and he picks him up and hugs him. Oh. I've missed you, old friend. And he sets him down and Chaos looks like he's kind of dizzy. He's like, oh, good to see you too, Nick. And he does turn around, and this is Nicholas. This is Saint Nicholas. But in your world, he's known as a warrior who fights off devils during the winter seasons.
Like
he's known for fighting off devils. He's known for protecting children. He's known as the patron saint of prostitutes, as he, when he was mortal, proceeded to offer gold to those who needed it to keep them from having to work dangerous jobs and lives. By the time he died, he was raised to godhood because he died with nothing in his hands. He died a poor man, but a good man. Fun fact, that's the real story of St. Nicholas. Way cooler than fucking Santa Claus, in my opinion. But hey. And he walks over to you, Fran, and he holds out his hand, which just... Yours is dwarfed. But, like, we're talking, like, a little baby hand, like...
Hey, yo.
Baby boy.
baby hand.
Little baby hand, little baby.
You kiss baby.
So Fran will shake his hand.
And he shakes yours, and it's firm, and he just kind of encircles your hand. And he walks over to you, Seraphina. He holds out his hand.
She's also gonna shake his hand.
And he walks over to you, Sam.
I'll shake his hand.
And it's good to meet someone else who loves to travel. All these gods flash around and teleport. It's nice to know someone who enjoys the beauty of traveling the sea. And he then walks over to Gragnar, and he's got the biggest fucking grin on his face when he sees Gragnar.
How tall is this dude?
He is he's 9'10". He's like 9'8", 9'10".
He is 5 feet taller than me.
Wait, are you in Bones Day?
Yes, it's a no bones day. I rolled up the previous session.
Ragnar, it's so good to see you again. And he picks you up.
Again? I think I would remember somebody who's like 10 feet taller than me.
I was a gnome.
No.
I snuck in and left you coal so you could keep your hearth warm when you were in the Underdark. But you were but a small little thing, just barely bigger than the egg you hatched out of. And he said,
"Why I don't remember this?"
And he puts you down, but like he lifts you all the way up. So like you are with his arms like more than 9 feet in the air.
See, I'm used to this because we had snack. All the fucking time.
And Seraphina,
she
I
would
left
pick him
you
up like a
Barbie
fucking
dream house.
suitcase. That's right.
What'd you say, Rose?
Seraphina, I left you a ballerina because I remembered you were a ballerina.
Not a Malibu. She wanted Malibu Barbie.
Wait, so what?
She was graceful, delicate. She had to go.
It's just Sam throwing the Barbie in the ocean.
I wanted to be ballerina Barbie.
Also, I have a gift for you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have a gift for all of you.
Oh.
Yes.
I like things.
And he pulls out a piece of coal.
He's pulling his cock out.
Coal!
He pulls out coal and it's coal cocked. All right.
Don't you give coal to those that are naughty?
Coal's flammable. I'll fucking take it. I'll take your coal too.
You know how many people I drop off coal in the middle of winter? They're like, "That's dope." No, I give rocks to people who are naughty, and that's usually via other people throwing them.
I see.
Gragnar's just biting the coal just to make sure it's the real stuff. He's just like,
the real shit.
When you need to get down a chimney, specifically for a certain ruthless, naughty king, this will get you in.
What does it do?
What is that?
I'm just gonna write enchanted coal in my inventory.
Yep.
So you said it can get us down chimneys, but what exactly does it do?
It turns you into soot so you can go down the chimney.
Oh, I can do that.
Yes, by yourself you can. This is a group thing right here.
Technically, I can take one other person, but you know.
This will allow up to 9 people to go with you.
God damn.
The one person holding it, you can do this to get in. But it must be a chimney. That's my thing.
Uh-huh.
No through anything else. It
many
won't work.
chimneys in their castle, so.
Exactly.
Good thing you know this, because I was assuming you had a chimney. I was gonna blow the bitch up.
No.
What?
I'm gonna give you the same. I'm gonna give you the same.
You see Saint Nick on it. It's a viable option.
I'm gonna give you the same rule that Sam gave you. If you blow up my castle, I will end you.
Oh my god. It would solve so many problems. We could just rebuild it after the fact. We don't have to fight your uncle.
With what resources, Gragnar?
TNT on them.
With what resources?
We're done.
When you hear Seraphina say, "If you blow up my castle," you see Tigo.
Oh no!
T, why do you look like that?
Huh? What?
Why are you looking like that?
Nick, you take it.
It's a check! It's a check!
I mean, okay. If we're personally going,
Ellie walks up to you and goes, "So mote it be," and she poofs away into the And Schaefer's like,
I look over at Seraphina and just like, I don't think your castle's gonna make it.
And
okay.
Schaefer goes, "I'm just gonna walk away."
Yeah, that sounds better.
No, it was just it was just in the United Kingdom, I thought.
I mean, to be fair, we did kind of, Fran let out Vaughn, the freedom fighter.
I did.
Vera's with him. Also, that fucking goblin dude
and
we met up with them.
I also did not tell you guys the visions that I have been seeing.
The visions! Ooh.
I just realized.
Save that for later. And you see Loki, who's still a blur, being like, "I'll take over. Dad left. Kids get to play."
Wait, is Saint Nick still there?
Saint Nick is still there.
Okay, so whenever Loki moves up forward, I'll take over. I'm gonna Fran's gonna slink over to Saint Nick and be like, "Hey, this is a weird request that I have of you."
You didn't.
Can you pick me up?
He lifts you, and as he does, he sits down, and you see that there is this oak throne with red upholstery. He's sitting on it, and you're sitting on his lap.
Yes! Fran's like double fists in the air. He's like, "You have no idea! I've always been the tallest among my friends! This is awesome!"
While Sam's watching this happen, she's gonna look up at Garum and be like, "This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, buddy."
I'm sometimes the tallest.
Garum looks over.
Ron is going to pat Saint Nick's other lap, other side of his lap.
Looks over and looks over at you, and he goes, "I find that man extremely attractive. I'm not sitting in his lap."
Fair. Honestly, fair.
My husband, everyone.
Hang on.
And Sam will turn to you like hush, be like, "And this is what you're settling for."
That's my man. That's mine.
And I'm gonna stick beside it.
I'm gonna stick beside it.
I'm gonna stick beside it.
For better or for worse.
As this is all going down, you see Loki, who's just kind of clapping. He's like, I like this group. I'm loving the energy. Anyway, I just want to say that I love everything you've done so far. I'm a huge fan. I love it. It's great. Every bit of mischievous little bullshit you guys pull. Oh, it makes me happy that Dad is just really backing you guys on this.
Was he not before?
Well, I'm talking about chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. He disowned his dad. That's funny. He's like, "This is my new dad."
What are you talking about, disowning my old dad?
Wait, am I misunderstanding?
Are you talking about the Marvel movies? Because that's not accurate.
I was also
going to say Loki is not actually related to Odin, I don't think.
No, they're blood brothers.
I don't know these things.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Wait. DM.
History check. Roll a history check.
All of
I
us.
don't know shit about God.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
I'm not rolling shit.
I got a nat 20.
Jesus, more like Jesus.
I want to say the only reason I rolled super low. This is first for a while. I'm gonna say that Fran is just too happy about being in Saint Nick's lap right now because I got.
What did you roll? You got a 6.
Yeah.
Do you have bardic knowledge?
I do.
I know that was a 3.5. I don't remember if bardic knowledge transferred to 5th edition.
And
I don't know if it transfers, but I mean, I'm a bard of lore, so lore and stories. So
Okay, so
I don't know if that would help.
roll with advantage.
I was gonna say, that should be an advantage.
6.
Okay, that's much better. 17.
Yeah, you know that Loki is a blood brother to Odin. He is not the child of Odin. In fact, it is not known who Loki's like biological or like representative father is.
There's not a lot
Because
of
he
lore.
Jojo said that there's no bardical knowledge in 5e, by the way.
That's so dumb. I'll homebrew that shit later.
Okay.
Because I believe that depending on your class, you should have like rogue knowledge, bardic knowledge, you know, like
Things
if you're
that
a
you would
sailor-
only know within your class. So
Exactly.
being somebody who focuses on stories and history, that would definitely be something I could pull.
Like Sam shouldn't have to roll to know about the gods of the sea. Like,
Right. You would think that would be natural knowledge.
You would know it. Now, you might roll for how much you know, like how much detail you pay attention to. But, like, I think that, like, certain knowledge should be a default, because I've always liked bardic knowledge as a thing. I've always wondered, like, I couldn't remember it was part of it, because I always kind of treat it like you guys would default have knowledge on these things. So I'm going to just drop it now. If you have a class or your background is in something and you convince me that that's something you should know, I'm going to say by default you know a certain amount, but you can roll for more.
Yeah, like I can know the history. I can know the history and the stories behind gods and deities, but if you ask me to do a religion check, hang on, what is my religion? No, if you ask me to do a religion check,
Yeah, I was like,
I'd be like, I know the base stories of it, but I know nothing about worship and everything.
and I was like, I have a +5 in religion, and I just rolled a nat 20. So
yeah.
Okay, you rolled that 20 for religion?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with what Fran knows first. Fran knows that in stories, Loki kind of shows up out of nowhere and is the blood brother to Odin, and no one knows really why or how. But Odin, like, has to respect certain things. At one point, Odin and the gods were going to eat, and Loki was not set a spot at the table and proceeded to basically complain and throw a fit, like, so your blood brother doesn't get to sit at the table? And so they had to all stop eating. Oh, the thing is, we know in lore, like, you know it's hinted, Fran, that, like, Odin and Loki have some messed up history, but you're not sure what it is. But you also know that, like, he's not related to the Norse gods. He's related to the frost giants, possibly. But, like, you don't really know. You just know that he shares a name with another Loki that is a frost giant. So that's what you know.
Right.
Seraphina, when it comes to religion, you know that Loki is worshipped as a trickster deity. One for whom is said to stand up against the Norse gods when the world ends, and one that will inevitably die by the hand of Odin. But he is worshipped as a god of trickery and a god of luck.
And fire, I believe.
Yes, and fire. He is worshipped in a way by small cults, not by big groups. There are those who will worship like the Norse gods and Loki altogether, but those who worship just Loki are considered a cult in their country. Despite that, Loki holds a lot of power, which leads people to believe that he's not like the Norse gods who need worship to sustain himself. Like the Norse and Greek gods, most of them need worship to sustain their power, where Loki seems to be able to survive quite comfortably with a small group.
So yeah, I'm going to turn to Greg. No, oh, he just left. Well, I'm going to turn to Ragnar anyway and say, so yeah, he's not Odin's son. He's Odin's brother.
Oh God, I would probably hang myself if I was Odin's son. But yeah, no. Chaos was the one who christened me as a god, and that is something you will never tell anyone.
I don't see the point to.
Good. That's great. That's wonderful. I really like you guys, and I would hate to have to just end some lives.
Can I ask
would hate
why?
for you to end our lives.
Can I ask why you don't want people knowing that Chaos is your actual dad?
Well, because then it ruins all the fun of it. Everybody's searching and reading old documents. Half of them I wrote myself to throw people off. But it doesn't matter, you know? There's like the people are like, oh, Sleipnir, there's that story. I swear to God, if anyone brings up the fact I fucked a horse.
Well, you just did.
Ron just gets quiet.
You bring up the fact I fucked a horse. He looks at you, Seraphina. He's just like, how dare you call that out?
You just did that on your own, but okay.
Oh, you're so rude. And here I was. I brought a poison vial that makes you super high and a healing kit that sings you lullabies. And I thought that these would be great wedding gifts.
Well, look, I'm sorry that I brought it up.
Oh, thank you. All right, here you go. You can have the healing kit. I'm going to keep the poison. And he pops it and knocks it back. And you're like,
Oh.
you see his eyes physically dilate.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you now have
the poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
I did have
Yep, stop
that
it.
poison.
Seraphina,
I
need you to add to your items the things that you have.
I have the enchanted coal and then
Loki's singing healer's kit.
Loki's singing healer's kit.
That should be yodeling.
No.
I did have a question for Yanti.
Yanti is like over in the corner chatting up some other blurred entity who's like short. They're short. And they're just like, yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you bringing that hearth over. It's such a nice addition to the house. My wife really loves it. All right. And he turns around and he sees you walking towards him. He goes, oh, all right. I will see you later. Again, tell everybody I said hi. And she nods to you. This entity who is blurred is fairly feminine in figure. Nods to you. And
then I'll nod back in a little confusion, but
she just disappears. Let's see. Give me a second. Yeah. So she nods and she hands Yanti a letter, nods to you, and then she kind of like waves a little bit and she just fades away. He goes, well, first here.
Sorry if what?
Here, the letter. Hestia is a little bit nervous around strangers.
Who was it? I'm sorry?
Hestia.
Who's that again? Like out of character?
Goddess of the Hearth.
Oh, okay. Okay, she's gonna take the letter.
What you need?
I just have a quick question because I'm genuinely curious and confused. How did you get Adonai here? His soul is bound to the construct, I thought.
Yep. Let's just say that the tech was flickering for a little bit, and your uncle was very frustrated, didn't know why. I couldn't pull him from it permanently, but I could, I could pull a house moving castle and bring a little bit of fire soul here for a little bit.
Well, thank you for that. So what is this? And she's gonna open the letter.
And inside the letter, it holds a deed for our home. And it's on the outskirts, the far outskirts, kind of in the middle of the hills of the same continent where the Kingdom United is. You recognize it.
This is the one that me and Franz stayed at?
It's yours and Adonine's home.
Oh.
When you left the house, it eventually went up for sale, and it was eventually given away, and you never kept track of it. You were too busy trying to find out who did this Adonine, what happened, get vengeance. So eventually, the house was put up for sale.
Oh.
Hestia has given you your land and your plot back.
Awkward.
along with a letter that states that this was your home, and you should be the one to decide what happens to it, not strangers. So in other words, you can do what you want with it, but she wanted you to know that it's still a place where good memories are. And she's installed a brand new hearth in the center of it that can host up to 12 people for a good meal. If nothing else, it'll be a good selling point.
She's gonna quietly pocket the letter. Thank you for giving me that. I don't know what to do with this right now.
I mean, you are going to have to deal with a bunch of other things before you even get to go back, so...
Yeah.
Just take it step by step, kiddo.
I'm gonna go back over to Chaos now. Or not Chaos, Loki.
Yeah, feel free. Oh, also, real quick,
Uh-huh.
live a good life.
It's kind of hard when you have gods trying to kill you left and right.
Oh, gods are trying to kill more mortals than you know. Kind of a typical Tuesday kind of thing. Just, like I said, live a good life while you can.
Can I make an insight check?
Yes, feel free.
By the way, at this point, Fran has now climbed off of St. Nick's.
Alright, that is a 16.
There's a bit of sadness in his voice, but it's kind of an encouragement. It's genuine encouragement, but there is just a little bit of like a twinge of sadness in his voice, as if like
Like he knows something that he's not telling me?
No, more like it's more like sadness of what's to come. Like, it's not that he knows something, it's that you're getting ready to go to war, and you don't know when it's going to happen, but you know it's going to happen, and you just got married.
Yeah.
And the one thing Yanti has bonded with you guys with, about whether you realize it or not, is mutual love.
Mm-hmm.
Yanti adores his wife. Yanti is obsessed with his bride. And he saw that in Fran, and that was what got him to work with you guys. And he's sad that at any point that could end. You know what I mean? It's the idea that the one thing that this entity has bonded with you over, the obsession of wanting to care and be with another person, for you could end. It won't end for him. He's made sure of that. But the very idea that like mortal love that is similar to his own could end is depressing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you can tell that there's almost a longing for y'all to eternally be together. But again, you're mortals. Like, even with all the things with your blood and how your titles are, y'all will die at some point. Even gods die.
I'm going to look at Yanti for a moment and say, I will do what I can to make us happy.
Just live in the moment. Don't try to force it. Just live in the moment. Happy, sad, mad, pissed. You want to strangle them? Strangle them. Make sure you get some silk rope for it, but have some fun. Live your life.
Hang on. DM, can I do a stealth check real quick?
Sure.
God damn it.
That's an 11 plus 12 does a 23.
No, I don't think so, Con.
23 do what?
I want to sneak up behind Seraphina as they're having this conversation, hear just that last part, and like put his chin on her shoulder and say, "Yes, please."
Seraphina, what is your passive perception?
It is an 11.
So yeah, no, it does that.
Yeah.
You walk up behind her. You walk up behind her and you whisper in her ear. She didn't know you were there until she feels your hands on her waist.
Ah! Jesus Christ, Ron. Ugh, okay.
He's here?
Hi.
Y'all have Jesus too?
Oh, that.
I've heard of the guy.
Imater was
Not
the
a
closest
fan.
you could get. Yeah, I always thought Imater was the closest you were going to get. By the way, he sends his regards.
Oh,
So
God.
Fran is just like leaning on her shoulder, like hands on her
Like,
waist.
nice
yes,
guy,
please.
gross hands though.
But yeah, you guys are all kind of having these conversations. You're getting all this information about lore, and this is the opportunity for y'all to ask questions of the very divine entities who are supposedly on your side.
Question: would Sam be able to identify like an oceanic god anywhere in the mix here?
I am so glad you asked. Please roll a religion check.
Okay.
Wait a
With
minute.
advantage,
Oh,
because it is it.
I feel like I know which one it is.
That is
Good
a
man. Take me by the
It's a
SpongeBob, I swear to God, please have it be
I'm
SpongeBob.
telling you, Hive Man.
Hi,
Fucking
Mike. What you roll, Fran and Ragnar?
I'm not gonna lie, Ocean Man was playing in my head as I was sitting here waiting, so it's just it's all the better. What did you roll?
It was a 17.
17. That's more than enough.
Yo.
You see what looks to be a slightly blurred crab sitting on top of a large rock.
It's
Does he have a
Sebastian.
top hat? Does he have a top hat? That'd be real cool.
And as you look over at them, they scurry behind this large black stone. And you see a woman with dark brown skin
Oh my God.
peek above, and she looks at
Yeah.
you, and she holds out her finger and calls to you.
Oh, I know who it is. I'm
I'm gonna like turn my face. I'm gonna turn my face towards Garen and be like, "I'll be right back," and then
Garen
she'll
goes,
go
"Okay.
over to her.
Hello there, darling.
Yeah,
I
we still gotta talk
see.
about your name, right?
I see that the one who used my namesake is having a good day.
I knew it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A very good day.
So, she has a martini, if I might ask. What are the plans for your ship on the sea?
That's a really good question.
Well,
We're sailing back right now to retrieve it and take my party to Dira Kiban, but it's gonna be a long time before she's in open waters.
I think I might be able to help with that a bit.
How?
I've heard that Asmodeus was offering you protections of your ship. Cheap knockoffs of my own work, might I say. How would you like to have the sea's blessing, child of the sea?
I would greatly appreciate any gifts that you have to give.
The sea.
Beautiful.
Quicker sailing.
Now, I will say this, I will ask for an offering. Not a lot of people on the sea nowadays that want to go ahead and worship the divine without wanting something in return. So
What
I
can I
offer you
offer?
this gold chest. I offer you this gold chest. And she holds up a gold chest with a slit in the top. Whenever you set sail, put something inside of worth. And I can guarantee at least your first few days will be smooth. The more you put in, the better your sales will be. And the less likely a Kraken will be around to fuck you up.
Does Seraphina notice her?
You do not.
Oh, I was gonna say you should try perception, but
They're like, why is Sam talking to that crab?
we just see Sam standing next to a rock, and there's a crab looking at her and going snip, 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 snip. snip. blowing bubbles.
I do have one more question, if you have the time.
Of course, darling.
So, from what I understand, it is going to be expected that I take over the kingdom down below, the kingdom that my aunt currently resides.
Oh, you can do what you want, darling, but you did make an agreement.
I did.
Would you like my blessing for that too?
I feel like I'm going to need it.
Why don't you lean over real quick, darling?
And she'll do that.
And she puts a kiss on your lips.
Hey, yo.
I'm kissing a crab.
And it's a deep, somewhat sensual kiss. And she lingers just a little bit longer than normal and pulls back. When the time comes, when you speak, the ocean will listen. Not always, but when it's important.
I appreciate you. And thank you.
That's fine. And you ever want to go ahead and get something a little more than that? I'm all ears. And she proceeds to stand up, and she is...
Giant woman.
No. She is covered in coral. She's covered in coral and crabs and other crustaceans that crawl across her body. And she turns away and proceeds to walk towards the ocean. Take good care of that man of yours.
And she'll smirk and she'll start waltzing over next to Garum. And she'll look at him like, did you see any of that happened?
I saw you kiss a crab.
Yeah, why were you kissing that crab?
Yeah, there was a lot of kissing on the crab over there, Sam.
Very nice kiss on the crab. I'm kind of jealous of a little bit.
He was a really cool crab. Okay? That's all.
Uh-huh.
Insight.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, insight check.
Damn, get incited.
Incited. Oh, shit.
No need. It was crab was a god, and they offered me help with the ship. Okay?
Which god?
So you kissed it?
Well, they kissed me, but yeah, it was.
You had.
Yeah.
We saw you lean down to the crab. I'm sorry. We saw what we saw.
Which god?
It was
Is a
Calypso.
crab.
Oh no!
This is awkward. So I'm gonna lean back a little bit. Like, you remember when I told you that it was probably not wise for you to use the name of a goddess?
Yeah. I mean, I stopped using it.
If it helps, they didn't seem mad about it. If anything, they seemed kind of flattered.
Well, that's nice.
Did you ask them?
No, but they asked about your wedding.
I don't want to make assumption on a goddess. Then I'm just gonna go off of maybe we shouldn't do. Look,
I mean, I stopped using the name.
I'm
Mostly.
sure it's fine.
Are they like dragon gods?
Oh yeah, where's Bahamut?
dragging these nuts.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm having a good day. Okay.
So we know Loki Dionysus.
As you're asking where Bahamut is, you see a familiar old dragon in like a Hawaiian shirt, and he's got like a s'more over a fire.
The more you say that, the more I think of Merlin from The Sword and the Stone.
Oh my god. I mean, he's basically that, but
yeah, that's exactly
You're
what.
not really off at all. You're not really off at all.
Damn.
I'll have to draw a picture of how I envision him, because he kind of looks like a little, Joe Cat,
like
his little wigglers.
I forgot about that. That's really accurate.
That's at the very end. Merlin, my man. That's right, Yordle. That's right.
Is he the only dragon god? I feel like I could judge
Well, there's
for anything
Tiamat,
I ask him. I mean, Tiamat's probably not gonna fucking be here. They got
No.
beef.
Jojo said Bahamut is the grandpa I'd hang out with.
Yeah.
You actually see him sitting across from what looks like a. It's like it's a group of women, all different skin tones, all different colors. They're all sitting there, just like bickering with him, and he's just like, "I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna get much more." And I'm just,
I'm gonna walk up behind him and say, "Having fun."
Oh yes, I am. Tiamat,
Huh?
child of the dragon, child of the dragons, Tiamat. And all of the 7 women simultaneously look up at you.
Hello.
And they all stand up. Again, it's as if they're all the same exact person with 7 different bodies, but then one by one they take a step. And it's almost, like those effects where you see someone move and then there's a delay and then they move again, and it's another delay and they move again. It's that exact thing as she almost encircles you. And Bahamut, as he's sitting there with his s'more, like he's like, oh. Put another one on, stick it to the sand.
Bahamut.
Oh, she's just circling you because it's intimidating.
But why? No offense, Tiamat, but why is she here?
Because you're the child of the dragons? You're getting married? It's kind of respectful for us to do so?
But I thought,
Oh, no, she's going to completely be on the other team when this is all said and done, but it's kind of like...
exactly why I'm confused.
I mean, the most of gods already know who's on whose side. Literally, this is the peace before the storm. Hey, sis? Sis! What? Sit the fuck down. I'm getting dizzy. And they all look at you. Again, they're all standing around you. They're not standing around Bahamut anymore. They're standing around you looking down at you. They're tall, beautiful women with eyes that feel like daggers. What have you done to earn your title? 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 They all say it differently.
I don't know.
She's my oracle. And Tiamat looks to him and looks to you. An oracle of Bahamut does not make a child of dragons. Again, the voices all echo simultaneously, 7 separate voices.
I feel like Ragnar's just behind them, just watching this happen.
Eating a s'more.
Pretty much.
And sitting in the same log as fucking Bahamut. Just fucking... Here you go, little buddy.
Thanks.
No problem. If you want more, just let me know. I am manifesting these out of nothing. There's no limit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And suddenly there's like 4 sticks with s'mores, like marshmallows in the fire in front of you. You just gotta pluck them out of the ground when you're ready.
I got a better idea. I'll just use Mage Hand and put mushrooms in the fire that way.
So, as she stands there, she's looking at you. She's weighing you, almost. Do you think you're worthy of the title? Do you think you're worthy of the title? Do you think you're worthy of the title?
To be the child dragons?
No. To be the child of fucking blueberries. Yes, the child of the dragons. And they all lean in on you.
I do.
Why? Why? What prophecy have you fulfilled? What story have you written?
My own.
If anything, I would have considered you the child of man for killing a goddess. But I guess
I don't need
because of
your
your
approval.
blood. Ooh. Now that I like. And they all almost fade into one. This woman has tan skin. She has hair that is almost multicolored, multi-layered. You know those hair dyes that look silver until they move and then they're multicolored?
The
That's her
iridescence.
color of her hair. Yeah, her iridescence is the color of her hair. She has long arms, almost a little too long, as she leans in. Her eyes have the little slits of a dragon. And she grabs you by the chin and looks you up and down. And she leans into your ear. Keep up that attitude. And maybe, I might actually swap sides.
Well, since you're here at my wedding, you can be a little more respectful.
Oh, please. Showing up was being respectful. But again, I do find it cute. Bahamut. Yep. Why do you keep picking brats as your oracles? She comes by it easily and generally. Very true.
Am I going to prove myself too?
Oh, little cobalt.
I am a fully grown kobold, but continue.
You're still so very short. But yes, you'll have to prove yourself, but you landed a T-Rex's ass on Osmodeus' son, and I do find that quite amusing.
That's about all I did. It was a pretty off day, but yeah.
But I will say this. Yes, I would like you to prove yourselves. After all, the children of creation are supposed to be new gods at some point.
Ooh, about that, I actually have some questions.
Children of creation, what?
Oh, I see they didn't tell you about that. Your titles are known colloquially as the children of creation. An element, an item, a concept, you become masters of it for just a short period of time before you burn out and die. That's the way it's always gone down. The children of dragons learn to command even us gods, and then you burn. The children of man leads an army into war and then dies a hero's death. Look at Achilles or Hercules.
I don't know who any of those people are.
The child of chaos is the one that has the longest and most tormented of life. They get thrown around time and space and existence to do all sorts of yummy little things, only to end up fading from existence and forgotten by all. Until it loops again. And might I say the sea, oh the sea, to become one with the waves and then to be consumed by it. Every one of you is going to have a tragedy, and I look forward to seeing it play out.
Well, most of my family's dead. Did I already have my tragedy?
And Bahamut kind of snickers, and Tiamat lets out this hearty laugh, this deep, guttural, almost like an actual dragon's, and then she catches herself. You know what? I look forward to when you become a god. And she proceeds to, again, turn back to Seraphina. And she grabs you by the chin. And she pulls you close to her, so where her eyes are looking into yours. Keep being defiant. It's the only way you're going to have a long life. And she lets you go. She looks to her brother, Bahamut, who is, again, got like a stack of 6 s'mores in front of him. She goes, I'll see you later. And a tail whips at his s'mores, kicking them into the air. No!
Oh.
You're such a bitch!
Can't you just summon more?
That's not the point!
That's fair.
He's got sand all over him, and I could magically clean them. I could fucking whip him right back into my hand, and he does. But that defeats the point. And he throws him over his head. He's like...
I mean, I still got some.
Jojo said,
I got
Bahamut
sand in my punch.
And he proceeds, can I have one?
Yeah, you can have one. I do
Thank you.
have some questions, though.
About?
Okay,
While you're doing that, I'm going to go walk back over to Fran.
So, like, I'm sure you've heard of, like, the prophecy that goes on with Dark Ivan, that whole thing, you know, the thing that...
Yeah, I kind of wrote it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, bro, like, I kind of wrote it. Your mom was really nice to me, and I was like, you know, her kid's going to have a real shitty life if he doesn't, like, overthrow the government. So I was kind of like, yeah, go for it.
Well, I have learned a thing today. Well, that whole thing. Because there's, like, the bit that's, like, tacked on at the end where I'm supposed to turn into a fucking dragon. But, like, I'm a kobold. I don't really know how I'm going to get to that point. Like, I've talked to my ancestor. He said I've pretty much done the other things. I never really thought about it. I technically did do the other things. It's just a matter of... I'm not going to do the bit on the end. I just wanted to see if you had any, like, insight on that at all.
I mean, I didn't write it, but yeah, I have insight. You want to know how?
Sure.
Eat a dragon.
I did that.
No, I mean a whole dragon.
I have an idea, but this is... No, never mind.
I mean, here's the thing, Ragnar.
Mm-hmm.
Your power comes from the fact that you've consumed the power of others. Seraphina's power comes through her lineage. That's why hers is a little more subtle. And she's even given up parts of herself, her wings, things like that. Which is completely selfless, and I appreciate that. But
I'm back.
her power comes from her background and her lineage, whereas yours comes from the idea of consuming others. After all, how long were you consumed? By those around you. Your time, your power, your life. You come from a world where it's eat or be eaten.
Yeah.
You've had to consume the very flesh of your own brothers. So I found it a bit poetic that you are gaining power by consuming your own ancestors. The corpse of the red dragon is an option. But there's also another option.
I feel like I know where you're going with this.
You're going back to Dark Ivan, and there is a dragon down there, Ragnar.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's where this was going.
I mean, you guys have a couple different ways to save her.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You even have one way that would essentially leave the dragon's corpse behind. But you'd have to ask Sam about that one.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Wait, so what did I miss while I was gone?
I'm just talking to Bob. We literally barely said anything while you were gone.
He's talking to P-Pops.
Yeah.
No, I know, but so is it confirmed that the dragon's down there?
Yeah.
I thought it was already confirmed.
No, it was only speculated up until now.
No, that was confirmed. Like back when it happened the first time. At least I thought so.
You talking about the confirmation of in the pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
that was confirmed because Fran was told, and then he told Seraphina, and then he told Gragnar.
No, we just.
Knew. I was assuming it was confirmed. You know, when the kobold just transformed.
I thought it was just confirmed.
And there was this big spooky voice that came from the depths of dark.
I thought it was only confirmed that her mother was down there. I didn't know that she was actually a dragon.
Yes. Your mother has apparently morphed into some sort of monstrous dragon-like entity. That y'all had put that together a long while ago.
I know, but I didn't know that was like actually what was going on. I thought that was just speculation up until now.
Well, it kind of was because it was never confirmed. You guys had speculated, and I was like, "You're pretty on point." But as characters, it's now confirmed.
Gragnar just assumed he's like, "Yep, they said something about a dragon mistress or some shit like that. We have a new dragon in dark." He bought it.
Also, DM, can you reiterate what you said about, like, y'all have to ask Sam about that? What does Sam know about no dragon?
Potion.
Oh!
Even I forgot about that.
That can give someone a new body. And
the wheels are turning. Yeah, they got
I've only been planning for that potion for like
story.
Hold on, everyone's talking at once. What's going on?
The only reason I knew that is because I'm fucking pack mule. I remember everything everybody fucking has.
So Bahamut, I'll lay it out, is basically saying that the potion that you have that can give someone a new body could be used to leave behind the corpse of the dragon for Gragnar to consume and gain more power.
Okay. Because I was just like, what you mean? What does Sam have to do with dragons now? What you
talk about?
Don't you know, Sam? You wrote all the history of the dragon. You know everything now.
I also have another question.
I have a second grade education.
I also have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I ate the flesh of the white dragon apprentice guy, and nothing's happening still.
That's true. That has happened a long time ago. Like whenever they got beat the shit out of by Garum.
Yep.
Like that was right after the goddess died, and nothing's happening.
I mean, he just explained that my powers work differently than Seraphina's.
Mm-hmm.
But mine were never explained. That's why I'm just like, what's happening with Seraphina? Because she ate the stuff and nothing's happening.
Seraphina. Seraphina. Your power comes from your lineage. You ate the flesh, which kept you alive. When you were trying to figure out what the flesh would do, you did not roll high enough to know exactly what would happen with that flesh. When you had almost died, you gained the divinity, that fruit that was in you.
Yeah, and I thought that was from
Bahamut.
What's-Her-Face.
And Bahamut looks at you and says, it was from her. But she is not your god. She is not, their body was not built for divinity. You eating the flesh of the white dragon kept you alive longer than you should have been. You would have died. You should have went crazy within like a day. Which is also why I believe Doc freaked out. Which is why I also believe Doc was so worried about Fran, because he didn't have a goddess reach inside him. Technically.
Which reminds me, am I good now? From whatever disease?
I mean, it's been over a month. Y'all can fuck.
Hey, Fran!
Oh, no.
Don't tell me that right now. We will not have any conversations with anyone left here. You tell me, if you say what you're going to say right now, there will be no conversation.
Well, I guess we can wait a bit longer.
Long rest.
I am able to wait.
Ragnar.
Uh-huh.
There's something else that you might want to talk with Fran about.
I have a couple things I need to talk to Fran about.
After all, someone will have to take the place of the dead god.
I know. Other question.
Yes. I don't know how to answer that question.
Hold on. I'm piecing it together in my head. It's kind of brain
Like,
hold on, give me a second.
Fran walks over to Serafina and just like hands her a drink and then walks away.
Well, I'm just gonna walk back with you because I think I have all my questions answered for now.
Okay. Look, he's having a party, all right? He's having a good time. He's like, I'm married, I'm happy.
I wonder if Karam has any questions.
I think he got his questions out with Arachne.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of Garum time.
That man has been stressed. And he's trying to let y'all have fun.
Yeah.
Like, canonically, he's been really quiet because if he speaks, he's going to be very stressed.
Also, all of our interactions have literally cost him an arm and a leg.
Hey,
So-
You said it, not me.
So you said that obviously we have the situation where somebody needs to take the place of fucking dickhead, blah, 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 blah. But there's also the other matter. Say in the very off chance where we can figure something out and bypass that scenario, and one of us still wants to become a god. Is that like a thing that's possible?
And Bahamut looks over at you with like the wickedest fucking grin on his face.
The only
Why
reason...
do you ask?
Because, okay, you obviously know we haven't had exactly the best interactions with gods in general, and I've had some conversations with my grandfather where apparently you have to be aligned with a deity or blah, 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 and like the afterlife would have like a space for yourself.
Yep.
And...
Or else you become, a servant in the afterlife.
It's not exactly that I don't like. We've had cool interactions with God. We don't have any really problems with you. We've had good interactions with Ellie and a handful of other people. It's just I specifically don't, align with what they're throwing out. So I'm like, what if I just make my own thing and I have my own space? Is kind of what I'm going
Your
about.
best chance is to take Asmodeus' place.
Ooh.
That's the easiest of the two. Because sure, you could become a god.
I just want.
But the amount of work.
I'm just having backup options just in case.
Let me put it this way, Gragnar.
Mm-hmm.
You can become a god if you work towards it. One, you take a throne for yourself. The other, you have to build a throne. And that is hard to do.
I mean,
there's a reason that most deities. There's a reason that most deities were raised up deityhood rather than climbing.
My problem is I'm probably more of the climbing type. People who usually, at least in my experience with people of like higher stations like this, you see where the fuck I came from. Usually if they help you in that regard, they want some crazy shit in return, or they're gonna fucking hold it over your head. And I'm not with that at all.
Then climb over his corpse. You climb over his corpse, then you can bend the world to your will. You're already very similar to Asmodeus.
Ugh.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Can I, with my passive perception, would I be hearing this conversation?
What's your passive
I
perception?
mean, you're gonna hear this conversation in a second anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna have the conversation later. My passive
Serafina's getting
perception
drunk, so.
is 17.
God damn! Mine is 9! Holy shit!
I would say that while you were handing back drinks and stuff, you heard something you weren't quite sure about, but then you were kind of walking around getting drinks, talking with people, and you heard you're already very similar to Osmodeus, Ragnar.
Oh, but
You want to fight the status quo. You don't like the idea of how the rules are written, and you wish to overturn them. At the core,
to an extent, yeah.
At the core of it,
Fran is going to excuse himself
Osmodeus-
from Seraphina and walk over to Gregnar.
At the core of
okay.
it, Osmodeus is the same way. He doesn't like not being the center of attention. He doesn't like the status quo. So he wishes to change it. You would be considered a lawful evil deity if you took his place, but that's because you go against the rules. Might I add that you could nick that towards chaotic evil, which would give you a bit more leeway.
Yeah, that's probably the plan.
You're already
Fran's gonna, like-
neutral.
What do you need? What do you need, Fran?
Oh, I'm just listening. And he hands Gregnar a juice, since he doesn't like drinking alcohol.
Juice box.
Why don't you sit down? And he points to the seat across from Bahamut.
I mean, might as well have this conversation now. Easier now than later, because I'll probably forget pieces of it anyway.
Is there a chair for Fran too? Because he doesn't mind squatting.
There is a seat across from them on the, it's a log across the fire.
Oh, okay. So then he'll sit.
Your
Can I
friend
be
here is
transparent
asking
with you,
about-
Gregnar?
Sure.
I say do it. Become a god.
I was already thinking about it, because, like I
I
said,
know. We've had this conversation and
Mhm.
friendly passing. I think, and again, this is just my opinion, entirely up to you, because this is a very big decision, of course.
Yeah, it's not exactly
I
a
think-
small undertaking.
If there were a new god, I would like to see it be you. You are the most neutral person I know, and that's saying a lot.
Mhm.
Because I try to be. I try to be neutral, but I can't be like you. And I mean this with the most respect as possible, but you have such an aloof way of thinking. There's almost a chaoticness behind it, but at the same time, you're doing things not for the benefit of yourself, but the benefit of others. And that is what I would like to see in a god, personally.
Yeah, living where I live, especially in my caste, you learn that pretty fucking quick. Unless you're one of the assholes that live at the bottom.
If you became
I'll
a
say
god,
this. I'll say this. Osmodeus is known as the Dragon of the Nine Hells. Though he is not particularly a part
I've
of
seen
our
that for it. It's
pantheon.
really fucking cool.
Yeah, although he's not a part of our pantheon. I wouldn't mind having a third wheel when it comes to the dragons, Dragonkin, and the kobolds. I'd be more than happy to put you on equal ground with me and Tiamat. Though you would probably have to fight her for equality.
I mean, I'm not
I
gonna try
apologize,
to fucking
continue.
fight. I'm not
Oh my
gonna
God.
fight, but you know, they'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Like, this is still very much speculation. Hell, we could leave here and fucking die immediately, which I wouldn't be fucking surprised. This is all
I would
still
really hope
speculation.
not.
I don't want that. And Seraphina's gonna hold up a glass. I want to have fun.
Oh,
Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. Unless it's in combat, you will not fall. That is not a promise from me. That is not a promise from me. That is not a promise from a deity. That is a promise from a dreamer. If you fall in combat, that is one thing. But your deaths are not planned. No death is planned. It just happens. Well, unless you
I
work
would
in
love to spread
Fran's
the
side
story of
things.
Ragnar the dragon. Hey, hang on.
And Bahamut
Nothing's
has a
planned
big
with
fucking
me.
smirk up. Oh, really? How many guillotines did you see in your nightmare?
And he like freezes for a second.
That was low, Bahamut.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to make a
Wisdom
wisdom
save.
check on that.
Bahamut waves his hand and make it with advantage.
Are you gonna make my
Okay,
husband
that was
cry? Because
before.
if you are, we gonna have a problem.
Now it's a 5. So Fran just like starts crying immediately.
Bahamut raises his hand. Bahamut raises his hand, and it's calm person.
I'm immediately coming over. It's like, what did you do?
I pointed out facts. Fran, the things you've done up to this point have led you to be the person you are. I don't say that to hold it against you. I say it because I'm proud of you. You have proven yourself. Should I play with kitty gloves then? With a grown man?
Oh,
You know what? No. But that was low. That's already a sensitive subject.
Even I'm upset with you.
I know. Fine. Be upset. That is your right. But everything you've done was planned for those people. It shows your skill, it shows your grit and your ability. And as you saw at your own wedding, most of those people do not hold grudges against you. They know
I didn't know.
push you up for that.
I did not know that our wedding was consisted of people you've murdered.
Not all of them.
I recognize them.
I'd say about a third. But all of them came to wish you good. But all of them came to wish you goodwill. Because they know that it's the kingdom that is full of shit. And believe me, Fran, you are not the only one they have marked. And Bahamut lowers his collar, and you see the mark of servitude.
Oh, that's gonna make Fran pissed.
Wait, what is that?
When did they do that to you?
500-600 years ago. They made me promise not to come back. I'm sure they scrubbed it from most of history, but at one point, they had tried to subdue my home. And his eyes flickered to you, Seraphina. And so I burnt their coast to the ground. And Seraphina, it flickers in your mind the black sand that is the beach you saw. And Fran, you know that the beaches of the Kingdom United are black, like soot.
Wait, so what I saw was something that happened before?
No.
Okay.
In your vision, what you saw was the beach of
The Kingdom
the
United.
kingdom.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was confused for a second.
Yeah. I turned their sand to ash. And I killed one of the 6 kings. Which they rewrote history that there was always 5 of them afterwards.
There were 6, and Fran's like gonna like grab his head, and he's like, "Oh, wait."
There were 8 to beginning when they started.
Why are there so many?
Let's put it this way.
That means that they are killable.
Yes. Even gods die, Fran.
Well, we're all
And
here.
believe
Rose, do
me-
you have any questions?
You mean Sam?
Who?
Or yeah, sorry, Sam.
I love that. I love that answer. Bitch, who you talking to?
That's the most. That's the most like the gamers thing to do. It's like, did you forget you were a woman? Oh, right.
Maybe you have an interest in You don't want to finish that sentence now, do you? No.
No.
Oh, well, Sam's not in the vicinity, I don't think.
I thought you were.
You've
I
been
think-
walking
was,
back and
Garum
forth with Garum.
drinking.
Oh, okay. Ignore me then.
Garum is like
They talk.
Garum is holding. Garum with his good hand is holding your arm and just walking back and forth with you.
Is it a strong hand?
It's strong.
No, then you have to grab this one.
No, like she's prioritizing time with Garum at the moment, so she's probably far away from this conversation.
Okay,
for
ignore
the
me
time
then.
being, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. I will say this. You have been, Sam, you have quite a few blurred individuals around you, and they all are like talking about how great it is to see the Child of the Sea again, how amazing it is for someone to actually like represent the truest, greatest place on this planet, the fucking ocean. And you know, there's one guy
There's
who
no
is
taxes in the ocean.
And one person makes that joke, and everyone kind of laughs, but it's because there is taxes. There are people who get
Yeah,
taxed in
there's
the ocean
taxes
via
in
the
the ocean.
gods.
There's
Yeah, it's like the only thing,
there's a monarchy. There's taxes.
there's only two things. There's only two things promised in this sea: taxes and drowning.
Oh.
Not demon. DM. I sent you
Yeah.
a Telegram message.
Well, you sent me a telegram. A telegram message.
If we're gonna rewind a little back to what he said about all the fucking happy people at the weddings, Ragnar's like,
Yeah.
wow, I really hope I never get fucking married. The people I killed probably just gonna prey on my downfall.
Meanwhile, fucking.
You know what? I hope you get married so that I can be the best man at your wedding.
Everyone's talking.
Her ear burns a little bit.
What's up?
Her ears burning. Alyssa's ears burning.
What are you talking about? What?
The goblin lady, Alyssa.
Oh, okay.
I was confused too. I was like, what are you talking about?
The one you walked in on Gragnar with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot
I
about
thought they
that.
were.
Damn.
Yeah.
She was fine with it though. She's fine with not getting married because she told Ragnar that like, you know, whatever he wants to do, she'll back him on. It's just that she wants him to know that she's dedicated to him. And so like you have
because he fucking went back on some bad habits.
again, she doesn't hold anything against you, Ragnar. She very much is in love with you for you. And it is the idea that no matter who you are or the choices you make, if you choose to be with her, great. If you choose not to, great. She just wants to be around you. Like, you know.
Okay.
But as these conversations are being had, I do want to point out that there is a... Hey, And Daisy proceeds to walk up to you guys, and she sits next to Bahamut, who then kind of like scratches her mane, and she does like the Sarah kick when she's excited. She's like, and as that happens, you hear a voice behind you. Proceed, Beck.
Oh, does Sam hear
Hi,
this?
guys. Yes.
Okay, so Sam's running. Sam's running from wherever she is.
Snack.
It's good to see all of you guys too. Sam.
Sam is like launching herself like into your chest.
Well, I'm not against it, but the whole you being married thing does make this a little awkward.
It's fine. It's fine. He understands. It's fine.
Okay. And she like hugs you back. It's like, okay, all right, okay, Sam, all right, good, Captain. Okay, you
like,
get off
you're
now.
Get off.
It's good to see all of you guys.
It's good to see you too.
A few things. One, I wanted to say that I hope the letters got to you guys. I was told that they got to y'all late.
Very
late.
Very, very fucking late.
Well, that's fine. Okay, so a few things. I wanted to explain a few things about my will, but I only have a limited time here. I can't really talk too long. Daisy is all of y'all's, mostly Sam's. She loves the sea. She loves seagrass. Give her some of that. It's good for it's good for whatever. Yes.
It sounds like she's going with Sam.
Continue.
If y'all have questions, y'all are welcome to ask them. I'm just saying. She pulls out like a scroll from her hip.
Who gets the rock?
Yeah.
Keep that thing away from me.
It ain't a rock, guys.
It's not a rock?
No, it's an egg. That's 100%.
I remember that.
When I pulled that from the eye, I was not expecting it to start moving on me.
I mean, we had like the whole thing you talked to us about. I think she told us what happened afterwards.
Yeah, that's what
there was some weird shit that happened like after you did that shit. So I'm not surprised. It's not a rock, but it is still very shiny.
Right. It is very shiny. I
knew nothing about this rock. What fucking rock?
Oh, that's right. You weren't here.
TLDR, we fought a big ass fucking spider.
You joined. Yeah.
TLDR, we fought a big ass fucking spider. It kind of beat our asses, but we killed it. And Snack ripped out its eyeball, and
I did. It was shiny.
It turned into a fucking gem after I ripped out the fucking head, which was already fucking weird. And
the gem ended up being an egg.
Yes,
from the spider goddess.
All of that is correct. Yeah.
So the egg hatched? Is that what you're saying?
No. It is hatching. It is hatching
right now.
It's moving. It's warm. That was not on purpose. It just happened to be in my bag, and my bag was warm because I like cozy clothing. So that's what I wanted to get to. It's on its way to you guys.
By who exactly?
Well, it's being delivered.
By who? Snack. By who?
They don't know she's dead.
I don't know. Yeah, thank you. I don't control magic or gods or
because I'm only asking
as long as it's not fucking Hermes again.
I was gonna say that's the only reason why I'm asking.
No. Although, what's y'all's beef with Hermes? He's kind of nice.
Yep.
I mean, he was nice to me, and
he hasn't been the most cordial to us.
Me especially.
To be fair, you know what? Never mind.
Right.
Well, he's a dick.
I want to say it's a conversation for another time, but it's probably what happened again. We gotta kill this sister indirectly, so
you too.
There's a lot of things that happened.
I don't think I want to know. I'm just glad I wasn't there.
You don't.
There's a lot.
We'll just chalk it up. We'll do this. I'm
gonna walk up to Snack and just hug her. It's like, you don't want to know. I'm just glad you're here.
We'll just chalk it up
Zach
to
will like
all
hug you
magic
back
shit.
and pat you on the back.
We'll just chalk it up to magic shit. You can throw it in the vault the things you don't want to think about.
So that was another thing I wanted to bring up about, closing the vault and all that stuff. All of my assets are being divided among you guys.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Y'all were the closest I have to family. I also found out my family's dead, so, there's literally nothing left of me. So y'all are my new family now. Deal with it. Y'all are left with so much of my shit, which is not a lot. Speaking of,
yes.
the axes.
I thought Sam got
One
those.
of them
Yeah, Sam got those.
is Sam's. The second one is Gragnar's.
Huh?
Ooh.
Correct. Yeah. Well, so and no offense, Sam, I love you to death. Honestly, you are the best captain I've ever had in my lifetime, but you only have one hand, and they're kind of a duo thing.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, so I give one of them to Gragnar. And no offense, Serafina, it's just you're
Take
all
it
about
off
the
without
magic
hesitation.
stuff, and this is just. And she like holds up her hands and does like little finger wiggles, like you do the magic thing, and then
Snack.
Yeah.
Can I ask one thing that's personal?
Sure.
Was it at least quick?
You can choose to tell them, but no. No.
I was gonna say no. Let me put it this way. I put up a fight, and they did not leave without a few missing fingers and cuts and new scars, maybe. I put up a fight, but it was not quick.
Details.
That's all I need to know.
We're just gonna, details. We're level 2. We're gonna murder the shit out of him. So
I
We will
appreciate
finish
that.
that for you.
Now, granted, I had 212 gold pieces on my person at the time.
somebody else can have that. I don't need it.
Okay, well then divvy it in half it between.
I'm
Sam
giving
and
up
Serafina.
my piece, but I want the egg.
We could just put it towards Breezy's
So
upkeep.
let me
update.
get to the.
I was like, I have a wallet of a husband, so.
And Rob's like, hey, wait a second.
And while you say that, Sam's going to be like, okay, and then just talk
You're
it.
not wrong.
So Bahamut sits and snickers, looks at Brian and says, "What, you think it was your good looks?"
No, that was not the reason you asked.
My favorite part of that is Serafina laughing. They go, "Wait, no."
So now to the important part, the egg, the big old gem, the ruby, even whatever you want to call it. Most people are going to see this as a giant fucking gem. Okay,
Which will
being
give us a lot of
dead
eyes.
and all. You being dead and all, I've had a lot of access to a lot of talking to the gods and the goddesses and all that stuff. Some of them are kind of hot, but I digress.
I mean, they're gods, so shit
I
happens.
want you to know that Dionysus' glass tips to you.
She like sweats a little. She's like, I didn't know Dionysus was here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here, but continue.
It's like,
right. Later. Right. So
The egg.
do y'all know who Arachne is?
Yes. We're very,
They
very,
said something
very aware.
about wanting their baby back.
Mm.
And I'm
Have
really-
anything. God damn it.
Well, hang on.
We
hang
were
on.
just there.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we're technically still there. We haven't
Are we?
gotten back yet.
Oh, I thought we left.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, we're on. If I remember correctly, we're part of the way back, and this is something that happened on the
Oh,
ship
that's
on our way
right.
back.
I remember
If
now.
I
Okay.
remember correctly.
So-
We backtracked a little bit.
I bring this up to you because personally, she kind of weirded me. A lot of legs, that one.
Well,
Yeah.
she didn't give you a horrible fucking alcohol that made you have horrible visions.
No, she didn't.
Is that a thing? God, magic is awful.
So,
So what I'm trying to say is I'm giving y'all the choice to do with that
I don't
As
want
you will.
a god on our
You
ass.
can either.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it back.
I don't want any more gods on our ass. I will take it
Yeah,
back.
I'll do it. I'll take it back to her. I'll
Here's
take it
the
back to her.
thing: if it hatches, we're
Going to imprint.
it's going to imprint on whoever's in there. Someone's gonna become mama.
Okay.
How
so this is what
close
we'll
is
do.
it to hatching?
Wait,
Let me
I
think.
live in the Underdark. Do I know anything about that?
Fuck no.
I don't know. It's like, maybe I get-
'Cause you
maybe I
said-
know something about
So can I?
spiders.
This is gonna be.
Roll-
this is gonna be a
roll
weird
a,
thing.
I was gonna
Can
say
roll a
because
animal
you
handling.
said it was hatching, but how close is
Yes.
it to actually hatching?
Would I be able to roll insight, or is it animal handling specifically?
What did
For
Ragnar
snack.
get first?
Hold on.
First, what did Ragnar get? Because he's rolling right now.
What is animal handling? God, of course, it's fucking wisdom. 18.
Well, that's not bad.
You said like that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to be higher. I don't have any pluses.
I will say this: you have only ever dealt with like mammals.
Yeah.
The first time you dealt with a giant spider, she bit your neck and you got horny.
That's very true.
So you are not used to dealing with underdark creatures. You would not know anything by
It is.
default. But Ragnar, you rolled an 18. The gestation time for like giant spiders is usually like a few months, which it has definitely been more than a few months. So it may not be the same because this is also supposedly like the baby of a deity, so it may gestate at its own pace.
Also in a gem.
Yeah, so like,
maybe
it's not
that
gonna
takes
be
a little longer to crack through, is my thinking.
possible.
I will say that at least like the shell of it is going to be super expensive because that's still jewels.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, whatever happens, we have enough like gods that don't fucking like us, and Arachne, at least to me, we haven't had a problem with. So I'm thinking,
Fair.
even if the bitch hatches, we go talk to the fucking Baroness, and we go from there. That's what I'm thinking.
If it
I'm
hatches,
still-
Sure.
yeah.
It's gonna get attached to us, and I don't want that.
Just cover its eyes, all of them.
I don't think that's gonna
Throw
work.
a rag on its face. Honestly,
no, I don't
it's
think that's
not
gonna
on
work.
me anymore. I am so fucking dead. This is not my problem. I don't have to deal with magic anymore, and I'm so okay with this.
Yeah, you would not be able to
mean-
handle what the fuck we've been going through. No offense,
Honestly,
but
Honestly, I've heard everything that's going on, and I am not envious at all. This is the most at peace I've ever been. I met my parents, because they died. That's been really nice. That was cool. The whole watching everything happening to y'all thing, that bit, nah. Thank you.
so you're
I'm
very
good.
aware of
Thanks.
what's been going on.
I mean, she got
yeah.
ripped in half.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Again, not at all envious, but a little bit that you get to live. But you know what? It's fine. It's not a big deal.
I don't know how to take that.
Sometimes bitches be dying. Sometimes
Barely knew you guys, if I'm being honest. Just take the.
Well, we cared about you too, fuck!
I loved you guys. Really. But y'all gave me so many headaches. I swear I could have had an aneurysm before this one. Before the assassination, y'all would have killed me. I'm just saying. But that being
You
said,
do got a point.
I'm
We're
just-
getting in a lot of bunch
I
of
was
shit.
literally about to be
A
like, you want to meet my
bunch of
husband?
shit.
And I was like, wait a minute.
I will also say one last thing, and then I gotta go because Dionysus is kind of. I mean, they're looking a little fine today, and I'm not gonna lie. Last thing, I also had gold bars on me. Y'all can split those however y'all want. All of my
Wait.
rations are going to
Were
y'all
the gold
too.
bars from the that one place that made it to where if you take them somewhere, they're really they're worth a lot?
Yeah.
He told me not
Those
to
were-
come back. Y'all can go. He told me not to come back. So
Oh, and Sam,
Yeah.
flag looks great.
What?
Wait,
The flag.
what? Oh,
It looks great.
yeah. Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
I appreciate that. Take good care of Daisy. She has no idea where I am.
Oh no, she, oh. God damn it.
Just
She'll toddle over to Daisy and put her arm around her. She's like, don't worry, she loves her Auntie Sam.
and Stack's gonna walk over to Daisy and grab her by the face and scrunch her and just you're such a good girl, you're so good. Oh, be good for Sam. But take good care of her. That's
What happened to Daisy's girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Oh.
There were a lot of casualties.
Oh man.
Who wants drinks?
I don't.
Dionysus.
I'm gonna go for the cup over there.
Dionysus kind of saunters over as a floating glass. So, babe, did you you finally got to talk to your friend?
Yeah, I had a chance. She's gonna grab the glass and sip.
Wait, are you?
Oh my god!
That's none of your goddamn business. And she walks away.
There's something about orc women that just the way they saunter. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go see if I can get nasty with that. And the glass just kind of sways.
And Sam's thinking to herself, the biggest lesbian I've ever known in my entire life just walked off with the god of tits and wine.
Absolutely.
Into the sunset.
What was it? The comic I read where the girls you have these two queer girls and one of them is there with her friend and she's like, oh yeah, this is my friend so and so, and this story is about them eventually becoming a throuple. But she's like, yeah, I'm the straight friend. She holds out her hand, the main character shakes her hand, and then all of a sudden you see the bi flag behind her. It's just she goes, I guess I'm bisexual, and she runs off in bi panic. I'm
gonna turn to Sam and be like, well, I don't think it's that weird. You're fucking my dad, so.
And Sam's gonna tear up a little bit, and Sam's gonna tear up a little bit, so looking at them walk away into the sunset and be like, yeah, I am.
And Gavin tilts his glass, he's like, yeah, she is.
So I don't know if DM wants them to get the gold now, or
you can give it to them now, and then they'll just have it when they wake up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be 106 for Sam and Seraphina, since Gregor doesn't want any.
106.
And then
I have 65k. I don't need any more gold.
Jesus Christ.
And then 2 gold bars for Seraphina and 2 gold bars for Sam.
Okay.
And these make sure you label them as Kingdom United gold bars.
Yep.
Ooh.
And then the Queen's Eye, or the Spider Queen's Eye, is going to be delivered to y'all when y'all get to.
I'm gonna write it down
what is the name?
so I can keep track of it.
Night Valley.
Night Valley.
Because y'all are coming from.
Y'all are place.
Yeah, Devil's Den.
We're coming from the
Black
Devil's
Spring.
Den, yeah.
Wait, question.
Yes.
I just thought about this while we were in this situation. Were we supposed to stop at all the red spots to make sure everybody is dead? Okay. Cool.
God, I hope not.
We're told to deal with the Devil's Den because that's where the creatures seem to be going to after they raided and destroyed all these places.
That was the high.
Okay, cool. Because I didn't want to do all. I didn't want to do all that.
You guys were essentially sent to cut this head off the snake, and then they were going to deal with the leftovers.
Ooh, that means we're getting paid when we get back. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah.
You fucking better. Fuck.
God damn it. That means we're probably gonna have another conversation with Asmodeus at some point because he did say he was gonna pay us for this.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it!
So, what exactly is our game plan going forward?
Oh, you guys want to play it now?
We might as well.
Yeah, y'all want to plan now? That's crazy.
Ron's like, actually, I do not want to plan because this is my wedding. I want to drink.
Yeah, let's do that instead. We can plan.
Like, oh yeah, we did get married, huh?
Oh, real quick, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break.
Okay.
I have to piss really bad.
I do
you guys
too.
You guys will essentially go ahead, do your thing. You want to use the downstairs bathroom, darling?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll go upstairs.
All right, so we will take 5 minutes. We will say that everyone is kind of winding down, going through their merriment. A bunch of blurred deities or entities are there, because some of them have stated they're not gods, but they haven't really said who they are, what they are. They're just powerful enough to be here. And you guys can think of it as people not only blessing your weddings, but also showing that they're either on your side or neutral. The people here are either on your side or neutral for now, and they are showing respect because they know it's coming.
The war?
Yes, they know a war is coming, but you guys don't know when, where, or what. Again, it's not like the only sides right now are those who want mortals to die and those who want mortals to live.
Okay.
So it's really one of those things where, like, it's the calm before the storm. So
we're back.
Hey, roll for initiative.
What?
Let's go!
What?
Again, no, because we're
at my wedding.
I'm kidding.
Battle Royale, duh.
What do you mean? We're supposed to be asleep.
Where we dropping at, boys? We doing the Battle Royale.
As a god of war, I wish to christen your wedding.
I feel like there's something that I am completely forgetting that I needed to do, and I can't remember what the fuck it was, and I can't find anything in my notes.
Well, that's too damn bad.
With that, you guys have...
There was one more thing. It's not the gods. I was going to ask fucking... Because we had the whole group there. I might as well just fucking ask. What the fuck is that fucking golden shit you got at the freaking... The pub?
The golden shit?
You got like a fucking golden potion thingy. What the hell is that?
Yep, nothing.
I'm not even gonna fucking ask. That was the worst line I've ever fucking heard.
Ron's like shaking because he's just like.
If it ends up concerning you guys, I will tell you what it is. But right now, it does not. And it is imperative that nobody knows that I have it.
I just want to drink.
After all, who would dare want to know that you have an elixir of the gods?
God damn it!
And Loki is sitting there with like a large ass margarita in his hand. I rolled to see if any guys heard, and Loki was the only one who heard.
Wait, you did what? I couldn't hear.
So
Loki was the only one nearby.
Yeah, Loki was the only one. I rolled to see who nearby would hear golden like elixir, and Loki was the only one who heard it. And he's just like, he's tipsy.
I just
don't worry. And he puts a fucking finger to your mouth, Serafina. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
I don't think it is.
That hurts. That's a little bit. That hurt.
He just blurted it out the entire. Oh my god!
Stop screaming.
That is going to bring more attention to you.
Gragnar.
What?
You don't want to drink this, at least until it's a last resort.
I mean, it'll definitely be a boost for the course he wants to go.
Yeah, but it's 50-50.
It is 50-50. It's actually worse than a flip of the coin.
If you drink it, then maybe you become a god. Loki
starts singing and clapping that. Him and Frank grab you by the arm and start spinning in circles.
Point taken.
We're gonna dance. Shut the fuck up. And he spins you off into Fred's arms and he starts clapping. And then all the other guys start clapping. They're
all drunk, it's okay.
Conversation for another time, I am understanding. Cool.
Yes.
And Loki leans in. She's got another one of those deity elixirs. He fucking goes. Wait,
who did he say that to?
He said that to Gragnar.
Oh.
I didn't hear any of that.
I'm not repeating myself.
Sam's gonna turn to Gragnar and just be like, we'll talk to them about it after their wedding.
I'm just not gonna bring it back up. It sounds like I'm not gonna get a straight answer.
No, you're
At least
not.
not right now.
Ron's just like shaking. Is like,
No. No.
I was just asking because, you know, it was kind of there, but I don't care anymore.
I'm gonna turn to Fran and whisper, you still have the other two, right? Cool.
If
The other
I
one.
was able to,
You got a dice, you got a coin, and you got an elixir.
No, we have two other elixirs.
yeah, we have two.
You should have two in total.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you gave us
Okay.
2 pomegranates, and I said that we were going to make 2 elixirs.
No more
Oh, no, the 2 pomegranates were used to make 1 elixir.
No, I said because I remember saying we used both.
there's two.
There's 2.
Okay, then there's 2, so you have 3 in total then, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
What you
Okay,
do-
yeah.
That's why I was confused. I was like, we said we used both to make 2 separate elixirs.
So
what you
Fran
do
looks at
is you
Ragnar
got
and
a
says,
big old
"If
bowl.
I could tell you, I would.
Fran.
It kills me. I know, but it kills me. He's my best
I
friend.
will say this.
And I'm your wife.
Which is what I'm not saying.
And Loki is kind of dancing around with you guys. I will say this, but it would definitely pay for my silence to get one of them.
Loki, no.
Then I will do my best to keep your secret.
Y'all about to get blackmailed.
So Fran's gonna look at Serafina. We probably should.
I did not bust my ass to get blackmailed by a fucking god. I'm not giving him shit.
Is there anything else we can give you in return?
No, I don't think there is. And he proceeds to start dancing up. Oh, sweet Odin, what words you'll have for me?
Oh no.
Sam's gonna come charging in at
Sweet
this point.
Hermes, what words you'll have for her?
Sam's gonna come charging up at Loki at this point, and she's gonna go right up to his face and be like, "Look, it's their wedding. Leave them the fuck alone.
I am.
Just for tonight."
I wouldn't dare say a word during their wedding. During their honeymoon. During the day after.
We're just asking, please leave them alone, just for the time being. Ask them about it later, ask them about it any other time. They have not rested a single minute for Lord knows when's the last time they did. Let them have this.
Fine, but you owe me a dance.
Let's go, fuck. Let's go, fuck.
Oh, really? I was just going to dance. And he pulls you forward and he caresses your back for a second.
My husband's over there.
I was gonna say, Garum,
I'm sorry. Do you want him to join? Garum is kind of walking quickly towards. I'd fuck a dragonborn. How would you prefer me to be? I can be me, or I can be me. And he's
Ron is
suddenly
going
a female
to grab
Loki.
Serafina and be like, we should go dance over there.
yeah, I don't want to learn about what my dad wants to do in the bedroom, so...
You're welcome.
He is just constantly changing form in front of you, Sam. He's just constantly changing. He's a gnome 1 minute. He's a ice giant the next. He's a female dwarf. He just keeps changing as you're dancing.
Does he have the
As-
horse? The horse form.
Oh my god.
Roll a dex save, Serafina.
No!
God damn it.
That was me as a dreamer, you ass!
I know.
When will you learn?
Fuck, where's my fucking... What's my dex? God damn it. You said a dex save?
Yes.
Fuck, okay. 15.
All right, you trip a little bit, but you catch yourself, and as you look around, you lock eyes with Loki, and he winks. Not your fault, it's hers, and he looks up.
Braun looks up.
There's a small cloud that looks like Lustria going, my bad.
No, I'm just smiling.
Hey, yo, she kind of hot too.
As Garum approaches, Loki splits in two and grabs him as well. With a completely different transformation every 2 seconds. Like, these are two versions of Loki that keep being different persons. And he's now forcing Garum to dance with the other Loki.
And Sam's gonna mouth at Garum the whole time. Be like, I'm sorry. It was for the kids. I'm sorry.
Garum looks at you. He's like, why? Why would you do this? This is the god.
I'm sorry.
Why would you do this?
It was for the kids. It's their wedding, and I just wanted them to have it. Just. He's pretty good.
I can show you just how good I am. And he says that to both of y'all at the same time.
Oh.
And Garum's like, I'm good. I mean, would you prefer more of her? And suddenly he looks just like two versions of you, Sam. And you see Garum kind of take a deep gulp, like, nope, you're not my wife. You're not my wife. He's sweating. He's sweating a little bit. And then you turn to look at the Loki with you, and suddenly he's Garum. And he's glistening. And he's just like, this do it for you?
God. Can we hurry this up? You said one dance. Let's just hurry this up.
No, you're no fun. And he spins you around, and suddenly you and Garum are both standing together, and the two Lokis are dancing together as copies of both of you.
And then she'll look up at Garum and be like, that's better.
Mm-hmm. Loki is kind of like, you know what? I can see what we see in ourselves. Yes, I truly do see it. You want to go? Would it be a bad idea? Would this ruin the moment if I said we should make out? Oh, most definitely. And they run off holding hands, copies of you, getting ready to make out as Loki. Have fun with that. And we're going to go ahead and say that you guys have a really good time. I need everyone to roll a d20 for me.
Oh, no.
Done. Ooh. Now what?
Okay, what is the number you rolled?
I got
14.
I got a 20.
Oh, shit.
4.
19.
19? Okay, Sam, starting with you.
Oh, man.
And your husband. He got a 17, but you two together, I'm going to have be like the middle of that. You're going to be about a 10. Because you're together. So you guys have a pretty good time. You were thrown off a little bit by the Loki thing and everything, but you're having a great time until you finally, one moment, you just wake up on the ship.
Oh.
You wake up on the ship and you are snuggled next to him, your husband, Garum, who's missing his leg and his arm, but he is completely healed. He's not bleeding, he's not dying anymore, and you see wraps all over the floor, and you see, leaning against the wall, Underhill, who goes, "Oh, you're finally awake." And you are actually not in the room you're in your room. You're in your bedroom. You've been carried to your bedroom. Ragnar, you have a great time. You actually start chatting up an unknown deity who, can you give me a charisma check, please?
I'm good at those. I hate everything. Why'd I have to say I was good at those? You already know what it is. I don't have to say it.
Is that nat one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. 19 to a nat fucking 1. Stupid fucking die. I'm about to take a hammer to you.
All right, so give me just a second.
It's always shit that I'm fucking good at. It's always the shit that I'm good at. And my dice like, nah, you're not good at that.
So you end up chatting with somebody who is like mumbling to himself in the corner. He's mumbling to himself about like alchemic mixes and medicine and things like that. And you start chatting him up, and you're in the middle of a conversation. You're having a blast when you slip, you fall, and you wake up falling out of your bed. You were in the middle of a conversation. They were about to give you their name. They were going to say like, oh yeah, no, I actually would love to go ahead and swap notes with you on like medicine and things like that. You were about to get a god or someone on god level to give you essentially notes on the medicine they make. And you slipped and you fell. And you woke up on the floor, tangled in your own bed. Seraphina Fran, you proceed to dance into the night together. The deities do seem to be having fun. They all clap and laugh and everything. And you have a great, great time. Eventually waking up in each other's arms in your old room. Fran, you were in the room with Gragnar. You see Gragnar fall out of bed, but you wake up completely refreshed. Gragnar, you wake up a bit groggy.
Wait.
Because again,
I'm confused.
Why am I in Gragnar's bed?
Yeah.
You are in the room that you used to share with Gragnar.
We also were talking when we fell asleep.
That's true. We were in the same room. That's right.
Because you said we woke up in each other's arms. That's why I was like,
yes,
wait.
You two wake up in each other's arms, but you're in Fran's old bedroom with Gragnar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not as confused anymore.
And you guys see a couple of, how do I explain this? Red caps?
Red caps?
Goblin red caps.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
Wait.
And they are currently folding y'all's laundry and putting it up on the shelf. When you wake up, you turn around and you look, and one of them goes, "Finally, you're awake. I was wondering if we'd have to skin you to get you up. Go tell Doc they're good." Sure.
Why are we in Gragnar's room?
Oh, it was here to keep you all grouped up like this so that we could take care of you. You've been asleep for 3 days.
3 days?
3?
You're just reaching port in like an hour or 2. But we've paid our debt back, and also, nice to meet you, Child of Chaos. We will be in contact. After all, it's been a while since someone like you was actually got the title. Oh my god, I'm such a fan of your work, Fran.
Wait, were these the same people that came to us in our dream?
No, these are red caps.
Okay, well, I didn't know if the red caps were like in disguise or something before.
Seraphina, roll a Arcana.
Arcana? Okay, I get a +5 in that.
Demon has a question.
18 +5.
What do you got, Demon?
We technically met a red cap when we were back at the Goblin Village. Are these any of them one of the ones we met at the Goblin Village?
None of them are one of the ones that met at the Goblin Village. But they have this. Their outfits seem to be made and a lot more clean than the Goblin Village.
I don't remember that.
There was one we talked to. He literally showed up for like a split second, sowing mischief, and then left.
Yeah, very much. No, actually, that was not a red cap. That was the goblin. That was the oh god, what was his name?
The Booyah Goblin.
I
know you're talking, that motherfucker.
I know he was there, but I vaguely remember. I'd probably have to go back and watch the episode. I thought a fucking red cap showed up there.
He was not a red cap. He's just some fucking crazy ass old man.
No, not him. There was I swear there was a something was said about a red cap in the Goblin
chieftain said something about it, but that was also like fucking 30 episodes ago.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all, but
So there's a goblin, there's a type of goblin that appears only when the goblins are stressed, and his entire purpose is to sow chaos and play pranks until the goblins have fun. That was the goblin you met. He is literally the manifestation of them being like treated poorly and not being happy. And these goblins appear, and sometimes they burn down cities, other times they play simple pranks, but they're chaotic, magical manifestations of goblins being unhappy.
Interessant.
Yeah.
So I got an 18 plus 5, so 23.
You recognize that these are Fey redcaps, meaning that they are goblins from the Feywild, and that they are way more dangerous than even regular redcaps, whose entire purpose is to kill. These are the goblins that legends exist about, the ones that need to dip their hats in blood in order to live.
Oh.
These are the type of goblins that do what Fran did for fun.
Yep.
So when one of them looks at Fran and says, "I'm a big fan,"
Icky.
More like a big friend.
I would laugh if
you,
it wasn't
Cobalt.
fucking terrifying.
if you keep
Yeah.
laughing.
I love how Gragnar's
Sorry.
laughing and me and Fran are just like,
I like that Cobalt. You think he'd make a good throw run?
Don't kill the kobold. Don't do that.
If you say so, Franny Banny. And he proceeds to
You said you're...
disappear.
Oh, okay.
He just sparkles and disappears. And suddenly Doc kicks in the door. And he has bags under his eyes.
Hey,
Were there
George.
red caps?
Yeah, I needed help taking care of you dumb fucks.
And you summoned red caps?
I mean, they owed me a favor.
Red caps!
they seem
Would
nice.
you rather me just get ogres?
Yes, actually.
Fuck you! How was your wedding?
It was great.
It was great.
Good.
Are we
I'm
just
going to bed.
sleeping? Why'd you have to take care of us?
We've been asleep
You
for
do-
3 days.
You've been asleep for 3 days. You haven't eaten, you haven't shat. I've changed your fucking diapers. Not a joke.
Oh.
I need a
But-
fucking shower.
I cleaned your scales good, and you look, and your scales look almost as good as they did when you went to the bath.
Hey, yo, damn.
I'm a professional. I've done hospice before. But he looks
Dang.
exhausted. He looks deranged. His hair is a mess. It's like, this man has not slept since y'all went to your wedding.
You deserve some wedding cake.
Yeah. Do we have any?
There is no wedding cake.
Oh.
Everyone's been asleep. The entire ship's full of sleep people. They should be waking up since you woke up.
Thank
I'm-
you for taking care of us.
I'm gonna give him his bag
Yeah.
of mushrooms. I'm gonna give him his bag of mushrooms back.
Wait, I thought you already
Oh.
did.
Yeah,
No,
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
gonna give him back.
I'm gonna
Don't
smoke
tell him-
these.
Don't tell him I told you, but what is his fucking name? Underhill.
Underhill?
I'm going to smoke all of this today. And then I'm going to raw dog Underhill.
Honestly, good for you.
You know, fair.
Good for you.
That's fair.
Honestly, I am happy. I guess I would say happy that you had time to have your honeymoon, I guess.
We haven't
But
had
I'm
a
gonna-
honeymoon yet, but
Sure, okay. And he just turns around and walks out at that point. He's just like, and
Wait, I woke up! Hold on!
oh, bones.
Bones are no
Ragnar. Ragnar,
Uh-huh.
it's a Bones Day.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh,
I was
shit.
wearing my small clothes!
Oh.
They are very, very tight. Very tight. Sam, You
Yes.
and Garum wake up to Underhill, who is like standing somewhat dazed and sleepy, with two red caps running around cleaning up, and Underhill's talking to a third one.
Underhill?
Oh, you're awake! I'm so happy for you to be awake. And he looks dog fuck tired. Like, it's very obvious that Underhill and Doc were the ones literally running the ship, while every person on the ship was unconscious.
Where's the crew?
They are currently in their beds. They should be waking up now that you're waking up.
How long were we out?
3 days.
3 days.
You'll be pulling up to port in 2 hours. Don't worry, Doc has been sailing the ship. I've been making sure to take care of you guys. Doc also has been making sure everyone gets food, and he also acted in hospice, meaning... And you look and you're in completely new clothes, all very clean, very pressed, actually ironed perfectly. And you realize that Doc has been essentially taking care of y'all's unconscious bodies, every single one of you.
And then she's gonna stand up and she'll put her hand on his shoulder and be like, thank both of you for everything you did for us.
It was Doc's idea. He figured that the amount of stress you were under wasn't good enough, so he spiked your smoke.
I thought that's what that was. But, okay. Are these little... She's gonna, lean towards the She's like, are these little things staying around? Are they...
Oh, they're just here until you wake up. The fact that you're waking up now means that most of them will demanifest. They're Fae, okay. So just don't pick fights with them.
Will they be gone before the crew wakes up? I just don't want them startling the crew or anything.
Most of us will be gone. And you see one that his arms are really long, and he seems to be almost hunched over. He's got a red cap that looks bright red, like almost glossy. I borrowed a pig, by the way. My cap was getting dry.
Cool. Okay. And then Sam's gonna think back on her childhood a little bit, what she remembers from Faye and Red Caps, from the stories her mom told her.
Roll a history, or yeah, it would be a history for you.
History? Okay, let me do that. I think I get an advantage in history, actually. Hold on. +5, that's a 15.
Garum is sweating. The minute he sees the red caps, he's sweating. He rolled a nat 20 on history. You get an 18, so you were sitting there. You sit there, and then your eyes widen, and you remember the story your mother used to tell you. The red cap that would hunt the forest. It was basically one of the stories you tell kids. Don't go out in the forest at night, or else you'll be up for a fright. The red cap is coming. The red cap is coming. And he's going to run you dry. And the story was basically a lullaby about the idea that red caps would gut people
that
and drain them of their
lullaby.
blood. It is a lullaby. It's on the terms of the Grimm fairy tales. It's a lullaby. Told the children to make sure that they didn't go out at night into the forest. How they would be gutted and they would be bled out so that the red cap can soak its hat and stay alive. He is short, probably about 1.5 feet tall, with a cap that is over 1 foot tall. And he has these big eyes with small, beady little black dots. And he's got a cloth that's wrapped around him, almost like fabric and rags and dirt wrapped around him. And it covers his face, and he has this big nose that goes out into a point that hooks upward. And he just looks at you, and he doesn't blink. And you see that on his side, he has a jagged knife that looks like it's made of stone that glistens like glass. It's an obsidian blade. And he sits there with his arms curled up, because if they weren't, they would drag behind him. Short, stumpy legs.
Would she remember, with the roles that I had, would she remember a way to, like, win their favor? Essentially, I'm trying to convince him to, like, get them all and go as quickly as possible.
Oh, yeah, you remember that, Faye like, cream? They like, they like fresh cream. They also like,
Do they like booze? She's got booze on hand right now.
the Redcaps aren't really fans of booze, unless it's blood. It's a blood wine, which is essentially you take like pig's blood, you distill it, you allow it to ferment, and it turns into like a thick wine.
Oh man, all fresh out of blood wine.
You don't need to worry about it, Sam. You don't need to worry about it. We're paying a favor off to Doc. You're good to go. But if you ever do need any help, leave a little cream out. We'd be more happy to make a deal.
Sure. And then she'll like continue onward. She'll give Garum a kiss on the forehead, and then she'll go out of the office and call hands to like alert the crew to like get up and shit.
And as you go to exit, it takes its hand, reaches up to a cabinet that's way higher, and pulls itself out of your way, and smiles, tips its cap a little bit, and disappears into a sparkle of light. Leaving only what looks like the faded, almost reddish hand mark on the cabinet, which is, again, something you remember being the calling card of Redcaps. It's a bloody handprint.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you run out, you see that Doc is coming up the stairs. He talked with, you see him ending a conversation with Underhill, and he starts coming your way. And as you get up the stairs, he pulls out a light. He pulls out his finger and he holds up dancing lights, and he says, "Look at me real quick."
Yeah.
And he opens your eye and he holds it there. And he starts moving it. He starts doing it. All right. Can you say your vowels?
A-E-I-O-U.
What are vowels?
And sometimes Y.
That's fair. Can you go ahead and can you don't know the alphabet.
Ow!
Can
you just copy Fran.
And you do me a favor.
Up there, or
count backwards from 10.
10.
I would say, please tell me you know how to count.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, that's half right, but don't worry, it'll sound right in your head for now. And he goes and waves you on, Garum! And Garum is like, I'm still in the bed. Right, limbs. And he turns around, he looks over, and again, leaning against the door is a peg leg that he picks up. And he just, we'll get you something fancy afterwards. And he goes in there and he just starts attaching it to Garum. Count backwards from 10. No, vowels, you know your alphabet. A-E-I-O-U. There we go, that's good. Yeah, that's good. You got 2 of them wrong, but it'll sound right in your head. What? Don't worry about it. Alright, he does the same thing to him with his eyes, and then he slaps him. How'd that feel? Tingly. Good. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go bang my boyfriend. You have a good rest, I guess. Dope. And he is swaying. He looks more like a spirit swaying side to side than a person or even a god or concept. He's just a wisp of a person. Just all he is spite staying alive. Like going insane all by yourself, handsome.
That's an all by yourself, handsome?
But yeah, he leaves, and you watch as as he goes down, and Underhill turns around and goes, "Oh, how are you?" And he just scoops Underhill up under his arm, and he kicks down the door that goes downstairs. Fran, you're coming up the door. You almost get hit by it because you're all coming up at this point. And he goes, "Fran,
Have fun.
Doc.
Underhill." Underhill. It's like
Have fun.
I don't think I'm going to be able to walk. Underhill says, kind of worried. And they proceed to go out of the way, and they're gone. They're gone. They will not be talked to until after y'all dock.
I'm not going back down there until we're done.
All right, y'all all get up top. The crew starts coming up as well. You find you passed Cookie, who was just out and kind of drooling, just.
Oh.
And he kind of wakes up a little bit. And he goes, "Hi, Fran."
You still have the peeled potato.
He did. He had the potato kind of there, and it fell down. And he gets up and he goes, "Oh, that was a good sleep." And he locks eyes with a red cap who locks eyes with him. The red cap was peeling potatoes. Hi. Hey. You helping with the potatoes? Yeah. That allows me to use my knife. And he flips it around a bit. And then he goes, "That's pretty impressive. Appreciate it." And he picks up his knife and he starts like fancy cutting as well. And they're immediately just start peeling potatoes.
Not even phased, just a fucking red cap.
With such stubby legs, he doesn't sit on the stool. He stands on the stool, and his arms are just long, like 3 times. Look, these red caps have arms that are like 3 times as long as their body. And so, like again,
They got the
big
flabbers.
big beady eyes, short stubby body with long ass arms. So he's just like this, and the arms almost seem to have like a third joint, which is weird. Like, the more you see it move, the more it's like it has more joints or less joints, and it's an uncanny sensation to look at. But the red caps, for the most part, start disappearing and fading away as people wake up. One of the guys goes, "Holy f-" and the red cap goes, and then fades away, and the guy's like,
I use Ashen Form to change my clothes.
"You could, yeah, very much so." You Ashen
I
form.
will literally use a fucking spell slide, even though he's gonna be butt ass naked for a second.
So for story purposes, you can use Ashen form, drop your clothing, and then you can just appear outside your clothing.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. No, that's not what comes out.
But you all come to the front. Sam, as you're looking around, you see someone standing at the helm of the ship. And he's whistling to himself and humming to himself. "Ain't no sinner like a sinner like me. Waiting for my daughter to wake, sweetie. Ain't no sinner like a sinner like me." And you see your father at the helm of the ship, looking down at you with a smile. "Waiting for my daughter to wake up, sweetie."
Wait, which dad are we talking about?
We're talking about Mr. Center.
Okay.
Mr. Shit.
And she'll walk up the stairs to the helm to stand by him.
"How you doing, kiddo?"
Doing a little better now that I got a decent night's sleep for once.
Decent night. You slept for 3 days. You should absolutely feel like shit. He has a smile on his face that you haven't seen in a long time. When we
Feel
got
better
on
than you,
shore-
though.
What are you talking about? I got raised from the dead. Because my kid is a bit smart and has good friends.
Oh, you're back now.
Yep. There's something I need to talk to you once we get back to the shore.
All right. I missed you.
And he doesn't turn around. He's got a smile on his face. "I missed you too, kiddo. But don't get sappy on me, you hear?" Dying for
pulling
your
in-
kids is what you're supposed to do.
And she'll nod at him. She'll be like, we're supposed to be pulling into port about 2 hours.
Yep. It'd actually be more around an hour 45, but once we all get in there, we've already sent word ahead with a dinghy. The look on their faces when these red caps probably landed on the shore. But they'll know we're coming up.
Alright. I'll get the crew to make the ship ready for docking.
All right. Oh, also, the thing we'll talk about when we get to land.
Yeah?
It's about your stepmom, my wife. And it's about Rose.
Oh, wow.
And she'll nod at him, and she won't say anything. She'll just nod and walk away.
Ain't no sinner like a sinner like me. Sailing the seven seas. And he sounds heavy with that phrase as you move down.
Cam doesn't know what the fuck to feel right now. Like, she's happy that he's alive, but like... So he's no longer in his,
Undead form.
Like what?
No, he is
Okay.
brought back as a mortal. He actually looks like he lost a few years on him. Like he was very obviously in his 60s or 50s, but he almost looks like he's in his 40s now.
Wait, how old, Sam?
Sam's like hitting 40.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like,
Oh, shit.
Your dad looks younger than you.
True resurrection will do that for your skin, though. It'll do wonders.
dealing with y'all's baby asses, like, she's probably gotten even more on her.
It's
But,
fine. It builds character. Probably a new one, but it
No,
builds character.
no.
It's building a new one. He's a whole new person now.
As you all pull up to shore, you'll actually see the governess. You'll see her there with what appears to be a drow young woman who is holding a large ruby stone.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Yeah, we have
And the governess is looking perturbed, but also happy to see you. As you can occasionally see her also looking down at the crystal. Yeah. And she looks at that. She looks up over at the ship as y'all pull in and dock. And the drow woman holding it looks uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
I'll take that from you.
I think
We're not even off the ship yet.
And
Hang on.
The governor steps between you and the stone and says, I think we should talk about it first.
We're not even off the ship
We're
yet.
not even off the ship
yet.
Ragnar fucking ran. He was like, I'm already on ship. He was like, hey,
We're not
I'll
even
take it up
done.
here.
We're not even done.
I'll go walk across the water if I need to.
No, sir.
Jesus!
I can.
Hippos.
I can control 5 feet of water, and I can just keep casting as a cantrip.
With his little bare naked feet, like on the fucking.
No, I
Water
put my
just
clothes
fucking-
back on.
No, I'm wearing my fucking chanclas.
I had to put on big Ragnar clothes. Yeah, we probably do need to have a conversation for this. I was just like, trying to. She looks uncomfortable.
I
And
know.
the drow woman says, Governess, a priestess of Loth, has requested that I hold it. And so I do. It is my honor. And he jiggles, and you see her tense up. And she's like, it is my honor to hold it for the priestess governess of your Loth.
I misunderstood. I thought you were a messenger person because they told us it was going to be delivered when we got.
It was delivered by a young human man on behalf of a snack hip crusher?
Yep,
And he laughed and he cackled, saying that he was sad he couldn't run into you himself. But that this would be truly a funny sight. And this poor woman, she's staring like the 50-yard stare, like it's shifting. You can see this shadow-like figure kind of rotating in it, and she's just like, ugh. Every time it moves, she tenses. And she's mumbling to herself, I am doing this for the governess, priestess of Loth. It is an honor to do so. It is an honor to do so.
Well, the rest of them didn't walk across. The rest of them didn't walk across the water, so we gotta wait a bit for them to get off the boat.
It takes about 30 minutes for them to like pull in, and then they proceed. Another 15 minutes, and everyone's starting to get off the ship. The crew is at work, and they're stretching, they're yawning, they're feeling good and refreshed. And then you see like you see a lot of people. In particular, it looks like nobles or people who hold like similar to noble titles are collected here as well. And she approaches Sam. How did it go?
We lost one.
Only one.
Only one. It was the
Nope. I'm not gonna say it.
Wait, what?
He was the one.
No, I'm gonna say, well, we lost 1.5.
Wow.
But I wasn't gonna say.
I mean,
As it crosses your mind, Gragnar, as it crosses your mind, Garum comes from behind the with a leg, and he just looks down at you as you like go to open your mouth, like one in a, and you just feel it. You
It's fine.
feel
I'm
it.
taller than him now.
I roll a wisdom save, please.
oh,
Ooh, I'm bad at those. Let's go.
That's probably why.
4.
Yeah, no, you are feared by Garum.
Ooh, I could be.
can he cast fear?
I could be a.
He is a broken oath paladin, and he is a high level broken oath
Fuck it,
paladin.
I'm gonna flex a little bit. I'm gonna be a dick. I'm gonna use my once per day.
So to succeed.
Wait, what's your once per day?
My tattoo.
Oh,
Oh my god.
what does that do
once
again?
per day. Once per day, let's say if it allows him to automatically succeed.
Oh.
I have a legendary resistance tattoo. Yep, I was gonna succeed.
Once per day on a save, he gets to like use it. Yeah. So you for a second you feel terrified, and then your tattoo like auto kicks in. It's like no, and you're like, ooh, okay, like oh he's pissed, but you know You still know that he's staring daggers into you. I'm getting too old for your bullshit, young man.
Yet you're not too old for mine.
I am always too old for yours.
Fran's gonna
I think
speak
you
up.
have your hands.
His name was Vic, by the way. He was a follower of Sanoa.
That truly is a loss. He had been down here for a while doing hunts. I will be sure to send notice to Sanoa.
I-
Church.
Actually do have some of his possessions that you can deliver.
I see. And she nods to a young man who is a dwarf. He walks up to you. I'll take him.
And Fran
Okay.
hands over I believe it was his gun and one of his blades, but he did leave one of his other blades with him as like a burial site.
This is more than enough. And he proceeds to take them. And he bows to Governess, he bows to you all, and he leaves. And only one person. And severe wounds, I see, but that is quite the feat. Do you have proof of his demise? The demon.
And Fran immediately hands over the envelope. Yep, here you go. Take it.
And you hand over a large envelope, and she opens it, and she goes, "By the 9 hells. Take this
Please keep
Take
it as
this-
far away from us as possible.
to Lilith. Take it.
I also need that delivered to the kingdom. Otherwise, they'll catch wise of what's going on with me.
We will take half the remains and have it sent.
Thank you.
Of course."
Oh, with this letter. And Fran hands over a record of how it was done. With the half the remains that are supposed to be sent.
And she takes that, hands it over to one of the drow, who then takes it along with the remains and proceeds to head out. You've kept your end of the bargain. I did send some men to follow after you. They were sending me word that there was fire and hell burning in the city. It ended, correct?
Yeah.
It did.
How many are dead?
All of
Everyone
them.
who lived in the Devil's Den are gone.
All of them.
Well, that matches with White Brill, criminal, Olivia.
Who?
Three whole cities other than Devil's Den. We also sent people out. They are all the whole cities have been wiped clean. But the creatures that have caused this problem have dispersed ever since Devil's Den went quiet, so I believe you've done more than your part. I must also ask you a question. And she steps forward to Fran and Seraphina. Rather a statement. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I dreamed it and didn't think it was real until I saw my doctor.
Were you asleep for 3 days too?
No, single night. Single night for me. You truly are the children of the world. Children of creation.
Did she say anything?
We talked. We talked a lot. And she looks teary-eyed and almost tired. But that is beside the point. If you follow me, we will go ahead and get you suited up. I know you said you wanted to leave as soon as you could for Tarakivan. And we will get your ship ready. It's already ready. Your men have been well rested themselves. And we will go ahead and have you fitted.
Sam,
Don't we gotta talk about the rock?
No. Yes.
I did want to talk to you in private about something.
Sure. And then she'll lead her back to her cabin.
Oh, well, I was going to
Oh.
wait till we were done with the
Oh, okay.
governess.
Well, then never mind. Okay.
As
forget it.
for
Foop, 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 foop.
As for the egg, do you know what this is?
Fully aware.
No.
Well,
Okay.
We have an idea, but we don't know for sure.
It's a little
Wait, what was the
vessel.
question? Oh, that.
This is Lil's child and Lil's vessel. Essentially, when it is born, it is an omen of war.
Of course it is. Jesus.
But also, It is for us, for our people. It shows that she has not forsaken us and that she's still with us. Now, I was told to deliver this to you, but the same night that I saw your wedding, I also heard from Lolth. Arachne. She wished to raise her child herself.
I am going to turn to Fran and say, I really don't want that on the ship.
Is it a giant spider?
Yes.
Yeah, no, she can keep it. That's fine.
You know, you're only about 2 feet from me, and you were quite terrible at whispering.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna.
Yeah,
say
yeah, they
are.
She started whispering. Look, I was just going with the flow. I really honestly don't know what it is other than it being a spider. And I mean, no disrespect, of course, but
I
don't mean any
Personally-
disrespect either, but
Of course, and as she goes to shake your hand, the red stone shakes
oh,
and begins to violently so. The woman holding it freaks out a little bit, lets out a shriek, and it drops to the ground and shatters. And before you, this egg was originally about yay big when Snack had it. It was now about this big.
God damn.
And it's about half my height in length.
oh,
It falls, it shatters, and the crystal is in fact made of like ruby, and it just shatters. And you see on its back a spider that then rotates and lets out a small cry as it looks up.
uh-oh.
locked
Roll to see
eyes.
who's mama.
Uh-oh.
oh no.
Oh, no, come on.
Oh no.
Who is it?
Serafina! I want you to know, Serafina, I had 6 people chosen. You were a 1, like the worst possible roll. And we got one. Oh my god, and it looks up at you. And you hear in your head, Serafina, ever so much like a child's voice. Mama. And you see the governess go, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And she looks up at you. And she looks down at the spider. And she goes to reach for the spider to like calmly talk like, hello, child. And it swipes at her angrily.
Oh no. I don't.
And it rolls over and begins to crawl towards you. Up your leg, under your arm, across your back.
No.
And it is about this big, like a book bag on your
Jeez.
back.
I am literally standing there with just
And its
Oh, it's
mandibles,
kinda-
its mandibles kind of rub up against you.
It's kind of nice looking for a spider.
do you still want it back?
We would like to, but a demigod chose its mother.
Great.
I didn't. Well, I guess we're gonna have a big
Like-
family after all, huh?
Damn, you guys got a kid already. That's fucking crazy.
And the spider looks over to Gragnar, and its head tilts. Kid. Mama looks over to Fran. And Fran, Serafina, I need you to make wisdom saves.
Oh boy. Okay.
While y'all do that, guys, I actually do gotta head out. I am so
Bye.
sorry. I didn't realize it was so
Okay.
late.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Again, we're gonna be moving this to a later time. So
15.
16.
I love y'all. I'll catch up a little bit later.
Okay, bye.
bye. I want you to know that this is one of the few times where Seraphina has outdone and successfully outdone Fran on a wisdom save.
Yep.
It was 16 on the dot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Seraphina, you feel almost like something reaching into your mind, looking through your memories, trying to figure things out, like learning almost like a child. But then you kind of slowly close them out, and they go, "Oh, okay." And then they look at Fran, and
Oh, no.
Fran, it runs through your memories.
that's bad.
And it runs through.
No!
It runs through your memories. It begins to work its way backwards from what is currently happening. And it gets to the wedding, and it goes, you hear a voice go, Papa.
Oh, no.
And then it rolls back even further.
Ooh, Papa,
Need you to make a wisdom save to try to stop it from going any further back. Because it is a child that doesn't know any better. It's just looking.
Nat 20, 22.
Nat 20. It goes back a few days and then a week, and then it gets to right before you had your nightmare. And there you build a mental wall, a door of sorts. And as you do so, what does this door look like?
Me.
Like
No.
So the door that's like closing all of my secrets?
It's closing off that part of your mind. There's right before the nightmare where you had to deal with everything you did in the past.
He would keep it behind an iron door with no lock and no handle.
And the spider, you can see the spider in almost like a mental state, scurrying around the wall of it. Like, not really trying to force its way in, it's just curious.
Mm-hmm.
And you are there with it in your mind. What do you wish to say to this child?
We don't do that. We don't go into people's minds, and we do not go behind doors that we are not permitted. Only when permission is given is when we do something like this. Okay?
Okay. And you see that for a moment the spider walks up to you, and they take the form of a child.
Oh.
It's all, and as
Wait, outside of like his mind or like
in his mind, they take the form of a child, and they have the long hair of Seraphina with your eyes. They have a tan body that is almost like vitiligo. It is they have a tan body,
yes.
but they have the drow color as the vitiligo. So it's like they are very much part of the drow and things like that, but they're also mimicking yours and Seraphina. And as this happens, Seraphina, again, this spider is on your back. You feel the legs move and shift, and before you know it, there's a child on your back.
oh.
And the governess goes, "Oh dear." I'm
going to reach behind and pick up the child so I can actually like look at it.
And they are a child with 4 arms. Like, they haven't done it perfectly.
We'll get you there, buddy.
And they're like, hey, like their arms out, like, and they have your hair, your long hair, with the pinkish tone, and it turns white towards the roots. They have
Wait, it has pink hair? What?
It has hair similar to your natural hair color, which was
Like the
pink
white
originally.
No,
Yeah.
it was white.
Oh, white hair.
I was
Okay.
like,
I'm sorry.
you're
It
thinking
is
of my
white
avatar.
hair. Sorry, it is white hair, with a like super bright white at the roots. They have brown tan skin similar to Franz, but with vitiligo that resembles that of the drow skin tone. They are barefoot. They are very much like a child who was born. So, but they look like they're about 4 or 5 years old in size.
I'm gonna turn to the governess.
Ron is going to take the child from you and like hold them.
I will take care of this child.
Yes, I would still like
I
for
don't
us.
want the spider.
I would like for us to go to the temple and pray. Like, she looks confused. She looks very confused. Like, it's like, obviously she was like, her goddess reached out to her and is like, yo, I want my kid, but now this is happening. So she's like, I still want to like talk with her. If
Yeah,
possible.
we should
Like,
probably talk with Loth or Arachne or
Yeah, you guys go talk. I feel like that's not going to be a very pleasant conversation. I'm going to go back to the ship.
But you have all the ruby shards on the floor.
God fucking damn it.
You just start like you're on your hands and knees just putting it in your bag.
Pretty much.
Wait, can I take this?
and as Fran, you hold her, she this child looks to Sam and Gragnar and Garum. Uncle, Auntie.
Correct. That is 100% correct.
That is a terrible idea. Do not make Ragnar
And-
an uncle.
Grandma, and she points to the governess.
Ron just like turns his head away like ooh.
and I'm
You
gonna
are
look
lucky.
to her. Yeah, you're correct.
And she's going to look at everyone, and she's going to look at the child. Whatever you say.
Does the child have a name?
Mm. Mm-mm. Mm.
We can figure it out later. Now with Fran.
Mm. The kid kind of like leans back a little bit, like they're thinking.
Do you want us to give you a name?
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And Fran's gonna hold them out like arm's length and look at them.
Mm. They have blood red eyes.
I thought you said she had Fran's eyes.
She does. They're Fran's eyes, but they are in shape, but they are blood red.
Oh,
Well, Fran has one red eye.
but that was
Oh, yeah.
And he looks at Seraphina.
We should talk with Arachne first.
Sure.
He's gonna be pissed.
All right, kid. We're gonna go see great grandmother, and then he's gonna like put them on his back. and he has like a little hop to his step as he like following the governess.
As you do so, this kid literally crawls all over you. They still have the spider walk ability, despite having like a
That
humanoid
is
form.
perfectly fine.
And the 4 arms, slowly, you watch them fuse into one. Like, they were 2 arms with one that had 2 fingers, the other had 3 fingers. So it was very much like they hadn't quite put their arms together, right? And you watch as they fuse, as they kind of crawl around you. And Gragnar, you lock eyes with this child on Fran's back as he's skipping away. They're upside down, holding on like this, and their head goes.
Oh God! I love her. I love her.
Like, it is very obvious. This isn't quite a polymorph. It's more like somewhere halfway between a polymorph and like a spell to make them look like you. Like, and it is very obvious that a neck should not move that way. And they look at you and they go.
Well, this is going to be an interesting ship.
I've only known them for a few minutes, but if anything happens to them,
I'm gonna draw a picture of both Seraphina and Fran holding this child, saying that.
They have their ears are drow ears. They're very long drow ears. Longer than most, actually. I would have to say, like drow are long, and these are probably about a half an inch or more longer. And they wiggle as they move around, almost like mandibles would. like their ears wiggle like they're taking in sensory. Fun fact: spiders don't hear things. Spiders don't have ears.
Really?
They sense things through their hair, and they sense things through the hair on their bodies. They actually they don't recognize sound, they recognize vibration, which is different. Which is why in my world, it's like spiders do use, like, sentient spiders will talk you through your mind because they physically don't know how to produce sound in a way that would be recognizable.
That makes sense.
Oh, so she can't talk.
So
JoJo,
she can talk, but she's talking directly to your head. You're seeing her mouth move, but there's no audio coming from it. It is purely being projected in your mind.
Make it a sis.
Jojo made a name recommendation. I'm not saying out loud in character or out of character in case they overhear and then they immediately take the name.
Yeah.
All right. Is that like something that's being posted somewhere?
I posted it in the
chat,
video.
voice chat.
Yeah, voice chat.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, it's a cute name. Jojo, we've chosen that name. That is going to be the name.
All right. You can also, because y'all had talked about kids' names, use middle names as well. Like,
I was gonna say we can just wait for those.
yeah.
Nah.
So
we're getting twins later. Let's go.
So as you all proceed to go to the governess's personal temple, which is not something place you've been to before, this is actually where she personally goes to worship. So this is a place that no one goes to except for the high priestess.
Is it in the castle or is it like a separate area?
It is in the castle, and it's actually in the basement of the castle. You guys are led there. And we are going to go ahead and end the session with y'all opening the door to see a giant statue of a spider with a skull for its back abdomen. Its legs stretching across the entire room. The lower part of the body is that of a woman, very similar in appearance to what you saw when you drank. And she stands like this with two arms like this, two arms like this, and another like this and this.
As above, so below.
Yeah. So she has prayer hands open to the sky, and then one hand like with an L shape, with a thumb to her chest, and the other one with the L shape, thumb to the sky. And she looks down while also having a second head that's looking up. So she's got two heads, one looking down, one looking up. And this is just it has pillars and that statue and a small basin of sorts that is like almost looks like a bird bath, but it is obviously like blessed water that seems to be dripping from her hand. It's dripping from her hand up to the finger down here and then dripping directly into the basin. So their holy water literally comes from the cave itself. And we will end the session there.
Well, that was an interesting
I didn't
session.
expect us to already have a child, but
Right?
what are the fucking odds?
Right?
1 in 6.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Here's the thing. I only put you on here for you and Fran. I did not put Fran on here, so it wasn't a third of a chance. It was you had 1. The governess had 2 slots. Lolith had a 6. And the other one was actually going to be one of the priestesses that was there. Who, like, it locks eyes with her and bonds with her. And it was supposed to be the priestess who's freaking out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like she's now taking care of this child that she's scared of. Mm-hmm. So basically, these would have been all different scenarios for how this child could have grown up.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I passed that wisdom save on the second time around.
Oh yeah, god, yeah.
Their alignment is completely going to be decided by how they interpret what you do.
Oh no, this
This
is
is
the
a
worst
problem.
fucking group. That's the worst group to put this way.
Wait. Are you telling me?
I'm gonna just say off rip. You better not let Gragnar fucking babysit.
Let me,
We don't want Doc to babysit because fuck, if that's the case.
I don't know who would be worse. You would have a little terrorist if you let freaking
DM, are you
Yes.
telling me that this child is the equivalent of the Antichrist?
I mean, it signifies war, so
Yeah. Not my impression.
well, shit. We got the Antichrist as a child. Let's go.
Only the
now that
child
they
of
have a-
chaos would have this happen to his fucking
I will
life.
tell you right now, they are neutral good right now.
Good.
They saw the merriment of the wedding. They saw how you all interacted through Fran's mind. They got an initial clip from Serafina because they were going to immediately pull something from Serafina because she's the one they
And I was like,
imprinted on.
no.
But yeah, no. If they had seen more of your past, that would have had an influence on them, which I would have then had you interpret that for them. So how would you basically explain when a child walks in and sees something? How would you explain it basically? And that would have a. So it's not just that they see it; it's how you explain it. So the fact you said we do not go into doors without permission. That gave them.
We do
the
not
neutral
delve into
good.
minds without asking.
Well, you said delve into minds, and we do not open doors without permission.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, and again, kids are very literal.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have plenty of time to teach them nuance, but
It's a good thing that Fran is very well spoken. He can do all of
Yeah,
that.
if I had to explain things, it's like, I don't know what the fuck I would tell this child. I'm not a parent. I don't know how to deal with children.
This is the worst fucking group to fucking use a literal child with.
Jojo said that Luke is
real
going to
quick.
spoil the shit out of this kid.
real quick,
Oh,
Ragnar, I do, because you locked eyes with them as they were walking away, I do need you to make a wisdom save for me.
oh no. Oh
I used
no.
my once
Oh
per day. I
no.
used my once per day already.
Wait, but
I'm
no,
but
no,
Fran
no,
told
no,
him. But Fran told him not to. Okay.
Yes, you did. You did tell them that, but again, they're a child that's learning. So what this is going to be. Okay, so what did you get?
not high enough.
No. Tell me what you got. What's the number?
12.
Okay, so you lock eyes with her, and for just the split of second, enter.
Oh.
Hold on.
Sure, why not?
Oh god.
Okay. Greg, working backwards from what you have now, you're working back to the party, and they find them. So you find yourself sitting next to Bahamut, and you feel their eyes watching you as you talk about how gods aren't good, how you would rather be a good god yourself. You find yourself discussing the idea that like you've not met a lot of good guys. You've met some good gods, but a lot of them can be dicks.
Oh no.
And then you find them sitting there, and you almost feel like they're mulling over the memory. They're replaying it themselves over and over as they slowly get away, and then they snap out of it. You are free of it. They are not in your head anymore because they're too far away. And then their head snaps back, and they turn around and they hang on to Seraphina's back or Fran's back.
Oops.
Can I make a an insight check?
You are not aware of this because it is completely a mindscape thing. It is like a different plane of existence.
The entire time, Fran is like bouncing them on their back to get them to laugh and like walking with them happily.
Yeah, they're extremely quiet for the most of it. They're extremely quiet for the most of it, but you can hear them kind of almost gurgling with happiness. Like not a mental noise, but like a
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, like that.
It's a gurgling. It's not a growl. It's a gurgle, like a happy. Yeah, similar to that.
like Perry the Platypus.
Yeah, it's from this little kid comes the sound of Perry the Platypus if he was like semi-happy. we will end the sessions there.
Oh, fuck.
You're like, oh, cute little baby, and then you got their fucking terrorist uncle, like, oops.
It's like, what does A stand for? Arson.
What does C stand for? Commit arson. What does D stand for? Don't come near me. I'm going to commit arson.
You know what makes it like? There's so many like just red flags of why Ragnar should not help.
This
out
kid
with
is
this.
gonna get fucked up. I swear.
I mean, there's also the part where Ragnar's just like, I might become the king of the hells. We'll see what happens.
Your uncle's the king of the hells. I mean, that's kind of a look. Your father is, well, your father's best friends with the king of the hells.
Oh my god.
So, I hope y'all enjoyed your session.
Yeah, this was fun. It was interesting, and a lot of information came out of it. I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wanted to, give you guys a little bit more downtime while also saying that you're like having more fun and also giving you a chance to ask questions.
Next up, Tadakiman!
Yeah. Next session, y'all.
Are we actually gonna be at Tadakiman next session?
Next session, y'all were either gonna deal with the whole thing with Wolf, and then you'll be on your way, and we'll immediately say that you're going there. You won't have to deal with any issues on the way there.
She's gonna be pissed. Oh my god.
She was the one who technically gave it to Snack.
Yeah, I know.
Yep,
but
then she absolutely did.
But then she came back and be like, I want my kid back.
That's because
I want my kid back.
I want you to know the person who had custody died, so it's kind of like, yeah, the person I trusted died. Give me my kid back.
They died protecting that granted.
And then as we're quite literally bringing her kid back, it imprints on both of us.
All I can think of is fucking Twilight. You imprinted on my daughter.
We'll give it this. We'll give the one saving grace. At least Ragnar wasn't one of the options.
Yeah.
We have that already. I already have 2 giant fucking wolves, one of which is probably going to be a problem, but also
I'm going to tell you right now, like, those wolves will absolutely adore her.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah,
Especially
no, like
fucking Toast, especially Toast.
yes, Toast is going to be like Toast is going to want to play, and
and they'll have plenty of hands.
and
I forgot that Seraphina still needs to talk to fucking Gregny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a whole conversation you need to have.
yeah, Gregny, by the way, will absolutely adore that child in like the silent protector way, like. Like, I ate a man today because they talked wrong to the child, so...
They said no, so I took their toes.
But, alright, that is the session. I hope y'all had fun.
Yay.
I will chat with y'all later. I have to go bathroom real bad.
I'm gonna go make some food because the food that I made
Before
did
we
not
go,
come out
hang on.
great.
Let me do the outro real quick. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those of y'all who did, if you want to go see more of our stuff, you should go check out our YouTube. It's youtube.com/ at AASBTTRPG.
Oh,
I got it this time.
Yeah.
If you want to go see any more of our stuff, you can actually see it in the links down below on my channel, which is Apothecary Witch on YouTube. And then for Seraphina, we've got Lustria VT on Twitch.
Hi.
And then for Gragnar, we've got Literal Demon _ And then for Rose, we've got Rosie Reads 123 on Twitter, so you can go check them out there.
I need to update that then.
Yeah. But if y'all want to go follow us, you should go do that now. You should also subscribe. Just saying, it's good for the economy. Give some likes. Go follow if you want to.
And also, as a last minute reminder, we are moving our sessions to Sundays at 4.
Correct. And the next session is going to be on
the 17th, I believe.
Yes, the 17th. That also means we're getting JoJo back.
Yeah. You know how we said he was leaving last session?
Just kidding.
But yes, y'all should all go support the channels, support us. Just being here is supportive enough, but we always love to see y'all's faces. Y'all have a wonderful night, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Let me hold up.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I am off of the 17th. I just wanted to make sure. Because, like, I was thinking it's going to be Sundays. I was thinking the 24th, but, you know, we'll have 2 this week. I've got enough planned. We're good.
And a 1, 2, 3.